We're going to be debating a transgender today. We went to the No Kings protest today. I don't know if y'all seen it or what, but the videos are out there. We're going to clip lots of different parts about it, but we're going to go ahead and call a guest. But actually, let's give it 2 or 3 minutes, but I'll go ahead and message him. Him? Yes, it's a him. It's a dickless man. Oh, gosh. Oh, we got one person in here. Who do we got in here?
Yeah, who we got in here watching this right now? Where are you from?
Indiana.
Oh, no. It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again.
I need something for my throat. I need something for my throat. Gosh. You stink, take a shower. I think you're talking about yourself, Angel.
I'd imagine if we had a microphone and the person you're talking about's home right now.
Can y'all see that image right there? Can you see that image, or should it be adjusted? Let me know, y'all. Let me know. But here, let me go ahead and. Oh wait, do I even have Mr. Chris on here? Hold on. Chris. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, perfect. Lamborghini or Ferrari? Lamborghini, I guess.
Chevrolet.
Fair enough. Let's see. Should we call him? Let's go ahead and call him. Let's go ahead and call the guest. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live. Can you see that image there? I'm just curious. Can y'all see that right there? Let me know. I think I should move my chair a little bit closer to you. Okay. Let's get the debate going. Let's get the conversation rolling. Oh, he's typing.
$500.
Hello? What the fuck? Hello? Oh, fuck, not this again. That's right, it didn't work last time, did it? We called to your computer. Okay, that's unfortunate. That means we're going to have to call him on your account.
Oh, my God.
That means we're going to have to call him on your account because it doesn't work on here for whatever reason. Oh, fuck.
Through Discord.
I don't know why it doesn't work. Hold on, let me try to talk with these people. What's up, everybody? Did anyone go to the No Kings protest today?
Yeah, who went to the No Kings
Did anybody
today?
watch the No Kings protest or go to the No Kings protest today? Anybody? No, none of y'all?
Yeah, did anybody
No
out there go to a
Kings
No
is
Kings
losers?
Because we got some interesting things today.
Angel went in the No Kings protest. Yeah, we do got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. I ain't gonna lie.
Time on my side. All I saw was white liberal no queens.
All I saw was 80-year-old white liberal queens. Maybe.
$100 if you sing Charlie Kirky meme song.
You don't got $100. Are you a man of your word? Drop the $100 and we'll do it.
Iran in the building.
Iran in the building. Let's see, what the frig.
Hollywood Blue. You know them?
No, don't know them.
Ohio and travel, they are a liberal bum. Yes, dude, on my great grandpa, I love him so much. Hello from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hey, Grand Rapids. All I saw was blue hair and losers. New to Bible study help.
Hello.
Genesis.
Hello. Oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, for whatever fucking reason, it doesn't fucking work.
What do you guys think of Marco Rubio and Cheney? Well, I'm not a fan of Cheney at all. I'm not familiar with what's going on there. It sounds like that I need to find out. That sounds interesting.
Did you block Mr. Chris or no?
I don't think I blocked him. I think he blocked me.
I'm gonna ask.
You want me to see?
Yeah, try to give him a call. You suck, Graham.
Oh gosh, the guys at work knew about this.
Oh, he doesn't have you blocked. God bless. America, fuck the rest. I'm with you 100%. But y'all, can y'all see this or not? Let me pull it up on my computer. You logged in or not?
I don't know what's.
What
Oh, wait a minute. Try it again here.
Let's see how it looks. How's everybody doing? Who else wants a debate time? What else are we going to do? What else would be more funny than complaining to the quote-unquote what? For what, the Wi-Fi? It's right there.
Yeah. Anchor Jazz. Why is it here and won't let me go anywhere else?
Hold on. Just hold on. Click this. Oh, well. Oh, back, actually. We won't complain. We'll just smile. Okay, I don't give a shit. Come on, get me out of here. Okay, Dick, fuck off. Let's see, you have to search for his name.
Okay, I can search now. I think I can do that part. Let's see, it'd be, yeah.
Why do you make sexual assault jokes about Diddy? We don't make sexual assaults of jokes.
You're the first person to talk about Diddy today.
We had a debate about Diddy yesterday. The guy said Diddy was not a kid diddler, even though he has 126 victims that are currently after his ass, versus Donald J. Trump. 0 victims after Donald J. Trump, guys. 0 victims. 0. But guess how many victims are after Diddy? But Democrats are called Diddy-crats. You want to know why? Because they defend P. Diddy. They literally defend P. Diddy, but they have a problem. They defend P. Diddy, but they literally have a problem with Trump. And they say he's a rapist.
What's his name in here?
His name is Christina. You have to go to the search. Go to here and type in Christina. You're not going to find it like that. There we go. I think that's it. Oh, no. What the fuck? I don't see it. You sure you didn't? Oh, there it is. No, there. What the fuck? Where is it? What the fuck? You must have blocked him. You probably blocked him, to be honest. It's okay. I would have done the same fucking thing. Yeah, y'all ain't friends. I know that much. Because type in 5 o'clock shadow. That's his real name. Nah.
That didn't work. I tried it.
Yeah, that didn't work. We tried it. I don't know how else you can get him. Oh, that's not it either.
What, Christina?
Yeah. Okay, maybe I can add it in a group chat. Yeah, I can add it in a group chat. Here you go. Create group message. Yep, there it is. Click that. Call. Just click call.
I feel like my computer's violated.
Shush. Turn the volume up. I think the volume is muted. Hello?
Hi.
Oh, how are you? I can hear you. Let me turn up the volume. Hold on. The volume's up. Is the volume up?
It's up.
Okay. The volume's up. How are you doing? How was your No Kings protest? You want to hear some funny stories about No Kings?
Well, I was trying to watch a couple of your videos. You didn't go to really big ones, did you? You went to the smallest ones you could find.
The smallest ones we could find. We just went to the ones in the local Pigeon Forge area.
Yeah, there's like, what, 15 people per protest that you guys went to?
The first one had 250. So there's only 250 Democrats in this entire city.
It depends on how you add your numbers up.
That's another thing we can talk about. There was only 250 Democrats out of 100,000 people. And the main thing I want to talk about is the stories. They were very, vile and disgusting towards the conservative women that were there. I mean, they...
One got assaulted.
Yeah, and the cops stood there, looked directly at us, and we said, "What the fuck? Y'all just assaulted a woman. You ain't gonna arrest them or nothing?" And we have it all on footage. Some of this is on stream, but it's all recorded on a separate camera as well.
Yeah, I'd have to see it.
Yeah, and we went up to some of the Democrats. We said, "Do you think it's wrong that a woman got assaulted multiple times and multiple threats against their life?" And they said, "Not really."
Yeah, so assault for any reason is dead wrong, and I will sit there and say that.
And then one Democrat told me that they got assaulted because they called her a dyke. I said, I'm sorry, you can say that's verbal, assault, and there's no fucking such thing as verbal assault, really. But calling you a dyke is not the same thing as saying you want to, beat you up. Or the instance that we had is I was interviewing one guy, and he actually seemed like one of the best Democrats at the protest. At the beginning, he seemed like a nice, cool Democrat guy. He was the only one that was really wanting to talk to us at the moment. We were having a good conversation. I thought everything was going well. I told him, hey, I'm live on YouTube. Is that okay? He said, yeah, that's fine. And then all of a sudden, a conservative woman with a gimbal and an iPhone came along, and he got in her face and said, what the fuck? If my son was here, he would put his hands on you.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He said that he's schizophrenic, and he said if my son was here, he would get you. He would get you. He started making all these crazy threats, and I said, your son wouldn't do nothing. I'm here. Your son wouldn't do nothing. I'm 6'5". He's 6'3". We got about 500 pounds of man between both of us. He's not gonna do nothing. And then we kept arguing back and forth. He started getting aggressive. I called him a bitch. I said, go ahead, put your hands on me. I'll give you 30 seconds to do whatever you want, and I'm gonna take care of it from there. And he kind of just ran away like a coward. And another fucked up thing was he told me he acted like his son was a maniac. And this is the fucked up thing. I should have said something crazy, but I try to keep it to a minimum. But after all that, I seen him back in the parking lot. I said, why isn't your son here? Go call your son. He says, oh, my son doesn't like me. Or he didn't say he doesn't like me. He said, my son doesn't talk to me. I says, why is that? Your shitty daddy hates you? And then I seen him again another time in the parking lot. And where I was talking about his son again. And he said, oh, my son's in a wheelchair. So how is a guy in a wheelchair supposed to beat up a conservative woman? I'm confused on that.
Or one of us.
It's possible.
I mean, I guess, but I think that if he did beat one of us up, they would probably cop a moving violation from the local popo as well.
A moving violation.
Hit and run.
Oh, hit and unconscious rolling down the street, I guess. But did you see any of that at your No Kings protests?
Oh no, the protest I was at was a lot larger. I'm working on the editing part of it. This is the first video that I'm actually doing edits on in years. Last time I edited a video was for a video at my company. Some kind of training thing for them.
I thought you said training.
Training.
No, training.
Yeah, I heard you after the first couple seconds, but I heard training. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I don't know. Maybe I got a dirty mind. Maybe I got a bad mind. When I hear Democrat, that just goes straight to it. But there was this other guy. I had beef with at the No Kings protest. Dude was crazy as fuck. He had a Muslim kadif on. He had a T-shirt on.
Wait, tell him what he was wearing at the first protest.
Okay.
And the second.
At the first one, I made him take off his shirt. Basically, he didn't do it right then and there. But when he left to go to the second No Kings, he took that shirt right off. He was embarrassed of it. He was wearing a T-shirt that said, "Let's transgender children." And then he had a sign that said, this is a coupon for free transgender surgeries for children. And then...
I'm pretty sure that was more over trolling stuff.
No, he was 100% serious about it.
Yeah, it's not really a good MO to use children as trolling. There's that
group of people, they weren't transgender or pedophiles or anything. They're coming forward.
Well, they were definitely PDF files, but...
They were trying to make PDF people in the same bracket as the LGBT community.
Talking about the maps?
Oh, this guy was a map.
It was literally like more over like conservatives that were trying to get that going at one time. But anytime that I kind of see somebody that's going overboard like that, I don't see that like there can't be no way. I can't see humans actually doing that kind of stuff.
Well,
that has to be holy.
Well, when I seen him with all these map kind of things, the transgender kids, the coupon, the transgender kids, I seen him. I asked him if he was transgender, and he literally bent over and said, "Hey, you want to fuck me?" At first he tried to say, "Bend over and I'll fuck you." I said, "No, you bend over and I'll fuck you." And I think that made him more uncomfortable than anything. and then he started getting really aggressive. So I grabbed my bullhorn and I started screaming, "This motherfucker is a pedophile. He's a map. He's a kid diddler. He's a kid diddler." I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Oh man, I pissed him off. He took all of his clothes off, went to the next No Kings protest, different shirt, nothing to do with transgenders on.
Kadif.
He even got rid of his sign. He even got rid of his transgender kid sign. He got rid of his t-shirt. And he came with the Muslim Kadif that terrorists wear.
Which I actually have a theory on that too. It might have been because of you, and it might have been because where we were going for the protest. Because where we was at, I'm gonna go ahead and tell them where we was at. Can I tell them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was Cocke County, Tennessee. And let me tell you what, up until about 10 years ago, annually there was KKK shows of force and protests or demonstrations on the same grounds we was on. So if you could say the right people or the wrong people, but if certain people seen that man in that shirt, they wouldn't have done anything at the moment, but I about be willing to bet you the man would be separated from more than his clothes.
Hey, thank you, Jimmy. God bless. I'm sure you had a busy day with your family, but we have a lot of clips to come. And I had to protect. Sorry, nacho cheese, but my friend just came in here. But yeah, I had a good time. Everyone asking about the No Kings protest. I hope you had fun. And you can tell me. I want to hear more about your experience. But I want to talk about mine for a second. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. I actually did meet a lot of good people there, surprisingly enough. That I enjoyed talking to them. But when it comes to the whole, I had no problem with them threatening me. If someone threatens me, I really don't care.
Threat.
I don't care. But the fact that he threatened the woman that we were with was, they
disgusting.
Did it multiple times. Everyone, including Dustley, including the woman, including me, everyone thought I was going to go to prison. Because I wasn't putting my hands on nobody, but I was screaming at them and yelling at them. And the guy that was wearing the transgender kids t-shirt, he was constantly attacking women. So when he did that, I asked him, I said, "Hey, is your wife transgender? Does she have a penis?" And she said, "Hey, you want to see my penis?" I said, "Yeah, let's see it." As a joke, because I'm just a troll like that, and they don't expect you to say that kind of shit. I said, "Yeah, let's see it." And then he kept, talking shit back and forth, and he kept calling the woman a Timu, Melania, Trump. And then I told him that his wife was a fat, disgusting pig, and that she's a piece of shit, and he did nothing about it. He didn't even respond. He just kept talking about Trump. He didn't care that I called his wife a fat, lard piece of shit and a transgender. That's not really that much of an insult, but a fat, lard piece of shit. He didn't care about defending his wife. He cared more about attacking Trump. If that was my wife, I would at least talk shit, but I would probably be in prison. I'd probably do more than that. I'd probably be in prison. And then when we first got there, they kept telling us to leave at the second one. The one with 50 people, there's only 55 people in this one. 40,000 people in this county, there's only 55 people there. And at first...
So the county that you were in, it's a pretty smaller area, like...
50,000 people.
Over there.
Yeah, 50,000 people. But we've been wearing our Trump hats all around Tennessee. And
everybody loves it.
Everyone loves it. Not a single person came up to me. Literally, women, children, grown-ass men, everyone, comes up to me and says, "Wow, man, I really like your hat." So I'm kind of struggling to see how this is like the biggest protest. Did they say this is the biggest protest in history? Because if I'm not mistaken, the biggest protest in history was, Tom on my side told me today. What was the biggest protest in history? I can't remember.
Here.
I think it was during the Revolution or something like that.
Hold on here, I'll Google it. We're going to do it in U.S. history, right?
Yeah, well, you can tell.
What is the largest protest in U.S. history?
Can you get a little bit closer to your mic? It sounds a little bit muted.
I got it on speaker.
Okay, it sounds better now. Can you hear it? Can you hear it, guys, or no? Oh, thank you, Tom. I completely missed that. God bless, Tom. God bless you, man. Next time, we need you, Tom. We need you at some events, man. When you come down to Florida, we're going to make stuff happen. Or maybe I'll go to California if someone wants to bring me over there. Maybe, I don't know. But no, we had a lot of stuff going on. But you didn't see any foul things going on? Any foul things?
On my end, no. And I am working on the video.
Were there any Republicans at your event? Because we weren't the only MAGA people there.
I actually talked to a couple of Republicans. There was one guy, he blatantly said that he was Republican. He stated that he would never vote for Donald Trump.
He's not a Republican no more.
I pretended like I was a Democrat. If you watch the first video, I go along telling them I believe I started screaming, release the Epstein list. I started pretending like I was a Democrat. And I started pretending like I was a Democrat and whatnot. They didn't believe me, even though I started screaming, release the Epstein files. And I wasn't even wearing a Trump hat. You know who Dolly Parton is? I guess there's alleged rumors that Dolly Parton is, for the LGBT community. So I kind of convinced the Democrats out there. They kept saying, oh yeah, don't you know Dolly Parton's a closet Democrat? And I wanted to say something else, obviously, but I wanted to say a closet homosexual. Apparently, George Floyd was the biggest protest in American history, but I have a
single day.
I have a hard time believing that. And by the way, protesting for fentanyl Floyd, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. What do you think about fentanyl Floyd? Do you think he died? You think his death was an injustice? I don't agree with what the cop did, but he put himself in that situation. What do you think about Mr. Fentanyl Floyd?
Well, I mean, you should already know that when somebody breaks the law, it doesn't mean they deserve to die at the hands of the police officers or the police officers misusing what they do, and how they handle people. The very fact that the officer had his neck is very tragic.
I've just never seen anybody choked by the back of their neck.
Should we recreate that? Should I lay on the ground and you?
Let's do that. Seriously, I'm game.
Should we recreate the George Floyd
I'm
moment?
totally down for that.
The neck part. I mean, that knee was literally on the back part of his neck, forcing his entire upper chest and everything to be at an awkward position, making it very difficult to breathe. And there's that point in which he couldn't breathe anymore.
We could try that. You want to see us do it on video? We can do it in this live stream.
I'm totally down for that.
I wouldn't ask you guys to recreate that at all. I mean, you might not be able to get in that same position, but I just.
Well, let's make sure everybody agrees with it, okay? I'll sacrifice myself for science.
If I die, I die. I want to see if I can't breathe if he puts his knee on my neck.
I wouldn't do it. I mean.
I don't know. I kind of feel like we should do it.
I've been through far worse.
I've been through worse too. I think we should do it.
I do too.
I mean, you didn't die, so I mean, you haven't been.
Yeah, but I ain't ingested any drugs tonight.
Even though Dustley might be like 75 pounds heavier than me, I think I could probably handle it for a couple minutes.
You're telling me you can handle a knee on you?
We're fixing to find out.
Oh yeah, I've been choked before. I've been choked before, and I'm almost damn passed out before with both hands.
There's been far worse things done to me than choking.
How long was that knee on him for?
For a shorter amount of time than I got choked.
Let's see. Hold on here.
How long?
Let's see here.
25 minutes.
I'm Googling it now.
Thank you.
Let's see here.
Hey, by the way, what do you think about George Floyd's parents suing for Black Lives Matter?
How long did Derek Chauvin have the knee on the back of Fent Floyd's neck?
You called him Fent Floyd.
Based on the trial evidence and body camera footage, Derek Chauvin, author of
9.5 minutes.
Some early misreports.
9.5 minutes.
Had his knee on George
Should we
Floyd's
try it? We can go 10 full minutes with his knee on my neck.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll still.
Go through it.
Yeah, I'm totally down.
I mean, you're welcome to try it on your guys' own time. I'd rather not,
All right, well,
you would see it firsthand. I want to prove something that you can't choke a man by the back of the neck.
You're welcome to try it, in your own free time. I just rather not.
like a chicken.
Here I am. I'm willing to let the man try and choke me from the back of my neck.
No, I'm gonna be the one on your neck.
Yeah. Who do you think? Who would you rather see on the ground with the knee on the back of the neck, me or Graham?
I don't want to see either of you.
Oh, come on now. I know you can't stand me now. Come on. My feelings ain't even hurt.
Gandalf, you know I love ya, okay? Nothing but
Maybe
love.
like a herpes outbreak.
Herpes.
See, you even laughed about that.
You can take a joke. Like, some of the people I talk to really can't take a joke. Like, I told this black guy yesterday, I said, yeah, you and your AI beard. And he just looked at me with like an eyebrow raise. But he know that was a comment that someone left on one of our videos and said his beard was AI. That's kind of a compliment. That just means it's so cut up and well shaved that it looks like AI.
So yeah, and even in chats, who out there in chats would like to see this man try and choke me from the back of my neck? I mean, it sounds like leading from the rear or something.
It's just the George Floyd thing. But here's something that Jimmy Burris brought up. He said, funny that George Floyd's parents are suing Black Lives Matter. I believe they're suing Black Lives Matter for profiting off of George Floyd's death.
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken. They're suing Black Lives Matter for profiting off George Floyd's death. I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, if they got a legal case, they got a legal case. I mean, I don't know what you want from me on that one.
What do you think we should do to the cops that, in Cobb County, I think it's called, that just ignored a woman getting assaulted? We
Just
literally
watch. Just spectate.
We went right up to them and said, y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it? And they literally just looked at us.
Here's the thing, like, if you got clear evidence, you got it on video.
It's actually right here.
We're actually showing it right now.
You have it on video. I didn't see it yet or anything like that. And I believe you guys. I really do believe you guys. If you have it on video, then this is what you guys should do. You should take that clip of video and actually do a police report and, turn it in. I mean,
did you know that it's illegal or it's against their oath? It's against their, I don't know exactly know, but by law, yeah, it's against their oath. By law, if a cop sees a crime being committed, they have to
intervene.
Yeah, intervene.
Okay, so really quick, did they actually with their own eyes?
Yeah, they were literally looking directly at us. We made eye contact with them and we said, hey, what is going on?
There was like 9 of them.
Alright, well then you have...
I was honored that they thought it was going to take 9 of them to subdue me and
say
you.
what's going on here. Why is this
Oh
person
yeah,
being charged?
the only reason the 10 cops came is because 2 MAGA boys came to a protest with 55 Democrats. And all we did was talk to people. We pissed them off so badly. They kept saying, please don't get violent with us. We said, we aren't here to get violent. We're here to talk to you so we can get to know what's going on. But I get it because I seen the videos of us. We are a lot taller and a lot bigger physically. But, we're a lot taller and a lot bigger physically. So I understand why they could feel intimidated. But we let them know multiple times we came in peace. But all we did is debate. We debated them. They started losing over and over again. So they started throwing fits. And then I seen a lady pick up a phone. I'm like, what are you doing? You're calling the cops? I said, are you calling the cops?
I've seen January 6th riots that happened. And when they see you, they see January 6th happening. So they're like...
There's 2 of us. You mean to tell me that we're so intimidating that they think that two rednecks can storm a Capitol together? I mean, I'll be honored if that's true.
Honestly, I think we could take over the Capitol if Democrats ran.
Given the time and planning, I know we could.
If it's 2 of us versus a whole Capitol building full of Democrats, I think we would win. So maybe they do have a reason to...
All you need is chewing gum and a toothpick.
All you need is chewing gum and a toothpick.
Maybe a roll of toilet paper.
I have a question, Graham. Is Tennessee, is that a Democratic state or is that a Republican state?
No, it's a completely Republican state. Is Indiana a Democrat state?
That's a Republican state.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you guys just have more protesters than us. You went to a major city though, huh? What's the population in the city you went to?
Yeah, so I am working on editing the video. I might not finish it tonight. Maybe tomorrow I have it finished and upload it. It's going to be a little long. Like, it's not going to be 3 hours long.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm trying to condense it down to an hour.
You should do a voiceover on it. I would edit the footage and then I would do a little voiceover over
Hear
it.
the stuff that was going on, because like I the question over and over again if anybody was getting paid, where's the professional signs at, and all this other stuff.
Oh no, they were definitely professional signs at this one. They offered us signs.
On the one with 50 people.
Before they saw my hat.
After they were all being dickheads to me and Dustley, and they said, "Oh, we have extra signs if y'all want some." I said, "Of course you have extra signs. No one showed up." This is the footage right here, I believe. Is this the one where they got assaulted? Yeah. This footage right above me in this flat screen TV.
You see the jackass.
You can see a woman get assaulted. Okay, no, this isn't it. This isn't it. Never mind.
Let us know when you find it.
This one's
I'm
not
not
it.
seeing it. I'm not there. Like, I'm not watching your.
No, I know, it's fine. You can watch it back later. Like I said, you can use the footage. Can you guys? You can hear Nacho Cheese, right? You can hear the guest. Well, we have a couple questions I didn't comment on. Jimmy says, why didn't Black Lives Matter help pay for the funeral for all the money they got on his behalf? Why didn't his parents get their money from them raising money in his name? Yeah, Black Lives Matter raised money using George Floyd's name. They didn't pay for his funeral. They didn't give any of his parents money, or any of his family any money. That's why they're getting sued. Time says, audition guys, I need to hear I Can't Breathe and Mama to see who can't play the part of Floyd.
I want to do it.
Okay, well, you practice. Say,
I
can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Guys, this is a human life that died.
Okay.
It's a freaking tragedy.
He pointed a gun at a pregnant woman. How am I supposed to show empathy?
Wait, where did he point a gun at a pregnant
He was
woman?
charged criminally for it in the state of Texas.
Here, I'll Google it for you.
In 1997, I think.
I didn't look that.
Did George
far into
Floyd
it,
ever
but,
point a gun at a pregnant woman?
Even if he, so number one, he was charged, so he wasn't like convicted or anything.
He was convicted.
Floyd pointed a gun.
He did prison time for it.
Hostage for a couple hours.
He held her hostage for a couple hours at gunpoint. He probably pointed a gun at a fetus.
Okay, here we go. In 2007, the robbery, George Floyd was one of 6 men involved in an armed home invasion, according to the criminal complaint. Floyd entered the home by impersonating a water department worker. Wow. The victim was identified in court documents as Araceli Henriquez, while the report confirms that a woman and a 1-year-old child were present in the home. There was no evidence in court records that she was pregnant. The gun. The probable cause. So she might not have been pregnant. It might actually.
Another case.
That was another case. You're not reading the right one. He's done. He's a long rap sheet of felonies.
Let's see. The gun.
That he robbed multiple people. He was big on robbing people, but that was a different case right there. You're reading.
He probably was.
Look at the text.
Okay, here we go. The gun. The probable cause report states that Floyd placed a pistol against the complainant's abdomen and forced her into the living room while the other men searched the house for drugs and money. Wow.
So he was known for robbing women and pointing guns at pregnant women.
Yeah, it sounds like the lifestyle I grew up in.
You grew up pointing guns at pregnant women?
Would you defend the people doing those actions? It sounds like you was a victim. Would you defend the people victimizing you or the person?
If he's done his time, there's not much more I could say about it.
Well, I'm not going to feel bad if he dies and Russ isn't pissed. I'm sorry, I'm not.
So you think because somebody does their time, you think that's justice necessarily served, that you got justice from? Did you get justice from time served?
Okay, understand, like, I even don't like the idea that Jeffrey Epstein died. I think he needs to serve his time.
Well, let's not get complicated. We're not talking about Epstein. We're talking about you here right now. You and your experience. Do you feel like, in your experience, the man or woman that victimized you, they did time evidently. Do you feel like you got justice from what time they did?
They need to spend the time in jail. They don't need to die.
I'm saying though, do you feel like justice was served? Yes or no?
If they're dead, no, I don't feel like...
I'm not talking about dead. I'm talking about doing time. Do you feel like justice was served? Did they do enough time? Do you feel like they did enough time?
In all honesty, the kind of justice that's served nowadays, I don't think any justice is good enough as of right now. But as of right now, law dictates that if somebody commits a crime,
I'm not asking about what law dictates. I'm asking you as a victim, do you feel like justice was served? Can you look at this man in the eyes and say, and be bygones, because justice has been served?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to share this or not, but you told me a little bit of a story about you being, in a certain situation with a man. I'm not going to share it here because I don't,
It's not our place to share your story.
But you told me a little bit about a story when you were younger. Huh?
Are you for a gas station?
No, I'm talking about when you were younger, in your younger years, what happened, you told me, to you.
Well, which one? I got like 300 of them.
Well, can I say it, or you're going to get mad if I tell people your business?
I mean, who's it concerning, roughly?
It is like a Jeffrey Epstein kind of situation. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, I know that I've been mistreated by somebody.
Diddled?
I'm not gonna say who.
Well, yeah.
No, we don't want you to say who.
We just want to know We just want to know if you were diddled by someone, would you feel justice is done if they did 15 years in prison? I would personally say no.
That's a lot more complicated of an answer that
I would say no.
That's a very complicated
It sounds like justice wasn't served, and you have every right to feel that way.
You do have every right to feel that way.
Understand something about our current prison system. So when somebody commits a crime, all they do is they sit in jail.
I don't think prison is good. I'd rather just the street handle it, to be honest.
Well, I'm going to let you know right now that when somebody does assault type crimes, especially the way it sounds, what age you were at, there is a thing called prison justice. And let me tell you what, it's pretty bad. It's pretty rough. The person that shares a cell with someone that does those kind of charges, if the cellie, that person's cellmate, doesn't take care of business, he's just as bad as that person, and the entire prison will go after both of them.
And that's fine for the prisoners that's doing the attacking, but what does it do for the victim?
Well, if I was the victim, I would definitely
want
feel
them punished.
better.
Do you feel like enough punishment was done?
No, I don't.
If I had to choose between someone getting 15 years in prison and someone on the street handling it, I would
Someone on the
say
street.
Yeah, I would say someone on the street, honestly, because prison isn't very hard.
So here's my opinion. If you guys can hear me for a moment, just let me explain this.
Go ahead.
My opinion on how the justice system should work is that when somebody commits a crime, so like let's say if somebody named Peter assaults Sarah, Sarah complained to the police, and the police arrested Pete. Pete was thrown into jail. So how I think jail should be is it should be some kind of business that forces Pete to work for minimum wage. However, that minimum wage is paid to Sarah for the amount of time that he is in jail.
So now money equal
for a certain period of time. And then after that is finished, then any money that he makes after that goes towards paying back the state for having to serve that time and everything. So I don't.
So Sarah don't get the money?
Say again?
So Sarah doesn't get the money?
No, I think the money should go to Sarah for the amount that has been agreed upon in court, and and then the rest of the time while he's in jail, he's forced to pay the money back to the state and everything.
Okay.
So by the time he's out of court, he's done his time, he's paid his dues, and he starts off fresh.
Okay, so
he's probably not going to want to commit crimes again.
Okay.
Because if he does, he's going to have to work for free again.
So a money settlement equals justice. Is that what you're saying?
It helps the person move on somehow in their lives. It's saying, I committed a crime.
I do agree with that, actually. I do agree with that.
I'm not saying I don't
agree. It's not justice. It's not the justice I want. Go ahead.
Because, okay, now, a lot of people committing these crimes aren't people working for minimum wage. What if they have a bank account of billions and billions of dollars? It's nothing to them to buy that justice now.
Yeah, I've heard of, I've
So-
thought about that too.
So really, to grape somebody is just a money transaction at this point if the billionaire is willing to spend it out. Sounds like it would end up not even being a night in jail.
How I would currently look at that is that money is immediately frozen. That billionaire still has to go to prison, and they have to work their time off until whoever they hurt is paid back, and then they're still spending the time in prison, and they gotta still work for free. And that billionaire, after they're done serving that time, they're not going to want to recommit that crime, and they're probably not going to want to commit.
Well, you're also describing slavery now.
Well, most criminals don't have money to begin with, so I don't think they care if they're broke. They're already going to be broke their whole life anyway. So.
Well, I mean, would you like to work for free, Graham? I mean, I wouldn't.
I mean, no, but if I was already a loser and broke, and I was probably thinking I was going to be broke my whole life.
If I sat there and said, like, homeless and in jail they get free meals a day and free bunk bed and free shower.
What if they decide to not work?
I'm just saying that's how our current prison.
Yeah, I'm just exploring this with you. What if they decide they don't want to work? They just, okay, you want this money from me? Well, screw you. I'm not going to do it that damn thing. I'm just going to sit in my cell, let them feed me 3 meals a day, and go to sleep. Or lock me in the hole. I don't care, because there's a lot of people like that.
I don't have an answer. Like I said, it's just thoughts that I've had. Pretty sure there's an answer somewhere.
Slavery.
Yeah, slavery. I'm agreeing with you here. I think slavery's a good answer.
If the person committed a crime, I wouldn't even call it slavery. That's like you deserve to pay for that crime. This is the way that you're paying for that crime. Just sitting in jail for free while the taxpayers are having to pay for it isn't good. And like, let's say my little brother's back in prison.
In history,
he got up,
has criminals ever been forced into slavery?
Decided that they wanted him for freaking parole.
I figured so.
So he had
Yes,
to get
there are
transferred out to another state. It's a whole different drama. The thing is like, for his commissaries, he's got to depend on family for that. For phone calls, he's got to depend on family to pay for those minutes and everything like that. So it's not even the prisoner that's paying for the crime. It's the family members that end up having to pay for his time while they're in there.
It shouldn't be. To be honest, if your brother went to jail for something that's not too bad, you should help him out. But at the same time, if he did something like murder, there's not much you can do. But people literally do go into prison.
Some drug related, and he got caught with a gun while he had drugs on him, and he had a long rap sheet when it came to drugs. So
well, I don't know what to say about that, but
he and my little sister, we all grew up, going through a lot of different trauma and everything like that. They handled it a lot more differently than I did. They went to drugs and they got really messed up, and for some reason I just never went that way. Even though I hung around it all my life. Like, I'm sitting there in cars in the back seats with people holding Uzis, and
it sounds like a regular Monday for me.
Huh?
That sounds like a regular Monday for me.
Here comes the jackass.
Oh, we're gonna be watching this guy right here who made a threat against a woman. Where we have the clip, but the thing about prison is a lot of people go to prison. They got no family or friends that support them, and they still some. Oh, this is an assault right here, by the way. You just witnessed an assault on screen. You just witnessed an assault at the No Kings protest. There's me. As you can see, I'm getting in a situation. But some people go to prison with no family, no nothing.
They went out of their way to come over there too.
Yeah. Some people go to prison with no money, no nothing, and they literally leave prison with $180,000 because there's some people they'll have you can only spend $200 a week on your books, but there's no maximum that you can put on your books. If you have 20 grand put on your books, when you leave prison, you're gonna walk out of that door with 20 grand. They're gonna give you that money. So there's people that leave prison just hustling, like street hustling, but in prison. and they'll make $180,000 in a couple years, and they'll leave prison with
So
it.
I was told by somebody, I'm not going to say who I was told by, but apparently it's easier to get drugs in prison than it is out of prison.
I heard that before.
That's common knowledge.
Um,
If you don't mind it being smuggled in somebody's bottom, I've been told that you can get anything you want as long as it'll fit in that prison pocket.
I know I only spent like a weekend in juvie.
Me?
One time, that was like literally the extent of my prison time, and it wasn't even a crime I committed. And I have done stuff that, you know, I probably do deserve some jail time. I didn't do anything like really, really bad, but like I've stole stuff and I've sold, you know, marijuana, and there's
Well, let's not admit to any crimes we've done.
Okay. First off, I don't think you deserve jail time for that, even though I don't think it's right to do. I don't think you deserve jail time.
Yeah.
It's a crime.
The worst crime you committed, in my opinion, there was tax evasion.
So I did steal stuff. I mean, I at that time, and I wouldn't get charged for those crimes today because we're talking when I was 18 years old. So we're talking like over 20 years ago.
Did Jimmy leave prison with money? He said me when we were talking about that. Was he hustling in prison? Did he leave with money? That would be interesting to know. Money or freedom, it's up to you. I mean, you can have both of them.
You know, envelopes was cash.
What?
So here's the interesting
Envelopes were
question.
cash.
Why don't you ever come
They
to
had a
Los
stamp
Angeles,
on it.
Indiana for there are no King's protests?
Why don't I ever come to Indiana? Because there's nothing to do in Indiana.
No, I said, why don't you ever come to Lafayette, Indiana for the No King's protest?
I said there's nothing to do in Indiana.
Yeah, here I was able to take Graham and tour him around the area. We got to talk with people on the side of the streets. Many of the people were here vacationing, not even from Tennessee. And not to mention, how many protests did you go to today?
I only went to one.
You told me though there was a second one, right?
No, I mean, there's one in the town that I live in. I didn't go to that because the one I was going to was in Lafayette. That was at 1 o'clock p.m.
You drove 5 hours to get to a No Kings protest?
Huh?
You drove 5 hours to get to a No Kings protest?
No, it was like 45 minutes.
Okay. Alright, fair enough. We went to one that was like 30 minutes away. That was the second one we went to.
Yeah.
No, if I was going to go drive 5 hours to a protest, I probably would have ended up outside of Indiana.
No, if I'm going to drive 5 hours for a protest, I'm going to go to Memphis.
With Africa.
Memphis.
Go to one of the cities.
Huh?
Probably could have more people.
What was that?
Probably have more people.
Yeah. But let's also be realistic here, okay? See, I come from a rough past life, and there's the numbers thing. You can literally, I've seen situations where someone was completely in the right of defending themselves, but because they were surrounded by, say, 100 plus people, you've got literally a human wall, and what happens in the middle, no one never knows, and there's no way of ever finding it out. So for two men as strong as we are, it would literally be retarded for us to go by ourselves to say any kind of liberal protest that, say, has 2,500, 3,000 protesters. That's just stupid. I would go with 10. I would go with a dozen people, but I'm not just going to do it with me and Graham.
I was in Bible college. I would say.
I went to church.
I was a little Baptist individual with a Bible in my hand, and I remember going to Chicago, Illinois, and the people that I was with avoided a certain street. They would not go down that street. That's why they never went down that street, and they said it is dangerous. If we were to go down there, we would.
It's what? What's wrong with the street?
Oh, it was very gang ridden. So what I did was I took my Bible and I went down that street, and there was like a good about 100 people on that street. A lot of them, was real thuggish time.
Yeah.
What makes them
Hey,
thuggish? Were they?
walked in
What,
there.
what makes them thuggish? Were they a certain ethnicity or race with their pants sagging below their waist?
No, I won't sit there and talk about the ethnicity. I mean, from my memory, I think most of them was probably black. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was Latin.
This was in where? This was in Indiana?
No, this is Chicago, Illinois. Literally in one.
All right, I'll give you credit. I ain't going there without a full.
All right, hey, I went in there. I'm a white person. Well, I'm black, half Latina, but you know, I look more white than I look Latina sometimes. When the sun comes out, my Latina side shows a lot more. But you know, anyway, so I'm this white person. I'm walking in this crowd of thuggish people, you know.
Black people,
they're all
yeah.
wearing, you know, pants, you know, with their asses showing out.
Okay, so they were definitely black.
I am walking through this crowd with my Bible, and
Why didn't you just sag your pants and hang out with the locals?
And I end up talking to one particular woman who apparently was the mama of the block. I don't know if you understand what the mama of the block is, but it's like the one woman that the entire block sort of like crowds around. That, you know, it's like, that's my mama. We're here to protect her and everything like that. And I heard yell and scream at my face for like a good or so, and afterwards, and I'm not going to tell you exactly how I did it, but I calmed her down, and I listened to her story, and I told her my response. And the very next Sunday, I got her kids to come to church, and after that, we never had an issue. So I 100% understand, you know, Dusty, when you sit there and say, you know, that it's a little scary, you know.
No, I didn't say it was scary.
It's not about being scary. It's just about being strategic. You don't need to put yourself in that
If
kind of
you've got
situation.
100 people surrounding you with your worst, with the worst intent for you, anything can go on in the center of that. Even in that street that you went down, you were not surrounded in a crowd by 100+ people. You were dealing with the mama on the block.
No, I was surrounded by them until
How many?
reached the mama on the block.
How many?
There is a good 100 of them. I'm dead serious.
100 people surrounded you on a street. Or did it feel like 100? Did it feel like 100? It felt like 100.
The street was filled with people.
Okay, I get that.
People standing in front of their houses, or people all up on you in your face?
Because for 100 people to just literally be standing around you, you would probably have to be out in the road.
You would have to probably have said the N-word. If you said the N-word, then I would
So
believe
you was blocking traffic.
There's no traffic. There's no cars.
You mean people in Chicago don't have cars? I've been all over Chicago and there's a lot of cars.
I'm in the ghetto area. I'm in an area where all the cars are parked.
Yeah, they got the cars that jump up and down and got the spoke wheels and all the gold and shit on them and boom boxes. And
We weren't having a low riding event right there.
it's not an event. It's every day. It's an everyday thing.
I don't know why you think that's an everyday thing. It's not an everyday
I've been to Chicago.
It's an everyday thing in Florida, and Florida's a lot less, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't what I experienced in my childhood. What I experienced in my childhood was a lot of drug addicts and.
Well, yeah, I experienced that too. I just have difficulty believing that 100 people were surrounding you. And you wasn't assaulted. We was at one event where the lady we was with was assaulted and there were only 50 people there. So imagine if there were 3,000 people there. It's just a scaling issue. It's a scaling issue at that point. At 50 versus 3,000, we would have had, let's see, 50 to 3,000. Let's see.
That would be like 500 more assaults, basically.
Yeah. So we were, by scale, we were surrounded by more people than you.
You said you only had like 150 people?
250 at the first one.
250. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, what I'm saying is by scale. If we had went to say Minneapolis, Minnesota, just by scale, we would have had 300 people assault us.
But here's the difference, Dustin.
It's a scaling issue.
I was able to calm down the situation.
Did they assault you?
You guys didn't calm down.
Did they assault you?
You're telling me that they would not assault me if they were told?
No, I'm asking if they assaulted you.
And plus, they don't have a reason to insult you just because you're white and half Hispanic. Okay,
That sounds kind of racist.
these people have a reason to assault us because they're political. Their ideology is different than us.
Throw eggs at our buses. They threw eggs at our buses.
Okay, they throw an egg at you. I've never heard of anybody getting knocked out by an egg or have to go to the emergency room because of an egg or bleeding out on the side of the road because of an egg. An egg is very unfortunate and a very big inconvenience, but it's not like getting assaulted. It's not like getting mauled. It's not like getting stomped or stoned.
Okay, my point is, I calmed the situation down with my crowd. Why didn't you do the same?
These people don't hate you because of your ideology, and we did calm it down. They demanded that we leave and we don't use our constitutional rights.
And we didn't leave. They left.
Okay, so you got this assault case. All you gotta do is turn it in. I mean.
Oh, we know we have it. We know how to handle that. That's not the issue.
But even if we did handle it,
I'm just saying, had we went to a bigger protest, just by scaling, we go to the smaller one that's got 50 plus, just barely 50 plus people. By scaling, had we went to a event that say had 3,000 people, it would have been equal to about 100 people assaulting us, just by scale. Do you understand what scale is?
At my protest that I went to, there was 2 counter protests.
Why don't BLM? Did you read that?
oh yeah, that was that's
Okay.
old. That's old.
Sorry.
It's okay.
They
These are all
didn't get
old on here.
assaulted. They didn't get violent. Nobody got violent with them. It was 100% peaceful. So,
See, ours wasn't 100% peaceful. Neither one of them.
But I mean,
And I told you before, the last Snow Kings that I live streamed with Graham, I got assaulted.
you guys went to Tennessee. I mean, that was another. In my opinion, that's like another mistake you guys made because.
How's it?
I really don't like Tennessee. I've driven through Tennessee, and that energy down there to me is terrible energy.
Okay, so it's terrible energy, but we was at a Democrat protest. Wouldn't you think there'd be good energy at your fellow people's protest?
I mean, Dusty, you should already know I'm not complete Democrat.
You vote Democrat. You are a Democrat.
You just went and hung out with Democrats.
You hung out with Democrats for 2 hours, at least, if not longer.
What do you say again?
You hung out with Democrats for at least 2 hours or longer, and y'all had your little butt buddy group.
And I dated a MAGA guy for years.
Oh, trust me, he wasn't MAGA.
He only told you he was MAGA after y'all broke up, and that was just to hurt your feelings. It was
For an easy breakup.
For an easy breakup.
MAGA hat on our first date.
Because it was your kink, that's why.
It's never been my kink.
Don't go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know this person's kink, and they're going to end up telling you, and I'm going to hate you, Graham.
Oh, get that one here. Please don't tell me.
Yes, let's just scratch that. I don't want to know I don't want to know your kink. I do not.
Okay, please tell us. Please tell us.
Fuck you, Graham.
Hey, what's up, Chris? What's up? How you doing, brother? Oh, Chris, we got assaulted today at the No Kings protest. A woman we were with got assaulted multiple times, and the police made eye contact with us, and we said, "Hey, are you gonna arrest them?" They were Democrat police.
And just watch. Didn't even come
we
over.
have the
to talk to
videos
us.
up here of the No Kings playing and of whatnot, but we have.
So now all you guys need is pepper.
Pepper.
Yeah, that's actually what she said.
I've got thunder and lightning. Why do I need pepper?
I got thunder and lightning.
There's thousands of people where I'm at, and if you guys watch the video after I'm done, you'll see like how big it is, bigger than I initially thought it was going to be. I don't think it was as big as last year still.
Oh, okay, we agree then. That's actually interesting. You said that. You said the No Kings this year wasn't as big as last year because at both of those protests they were smaller than last year.
What time was the protest you went to today?
1 p.m.
What time was the other one that you could have went to locally?
Well, I'm not going to say that.
Why?
Why?
It's done happened. It's done happened.
You don't need to name the city. You don't need to name the city or what.
Yeah, you don't even have to name the city.
Just
I'm
let
just
us know
asking
the
what
time.
time.
No, I'm not going to answer that.
Are you afraid you're going to expose your group?
No, I'm kind of scared that, Dusty will show up on my doorstep.
Because I know what time they had a protest, I'm going to show up on your doorstep. I'm just asking for a time. I'm not asking for a location.
You already told me.
I
You
just
already
want a
admitted.
time.
I don't know what time it was, but you already admitted that there was protests in your local area. One No Kings protest at 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, and then another one at 4 to 6, something like that.
Why did they do that?
There was no protest going on from 4 to 6. They all roughly ran the same time. At least within like a 100-mile radius.
We attended 2 today because they were staggered, and depending on how we done it, we probably could have attended 3. But let's see, there was Cocke County, there was Sevier County, there was Maryville, there was Knoxville, there was Loudoun County, there was Oak Ridge, and they were all at different
Oh, that's
times.
the assault right there. Did you just see that on camera?
Yeah, did y'all see
that?
that?
Was the assault.
That's the assault.
That was the assault. Right there. There it is. There
And the police just sat and watched. 9 of them.
And the police got called because we were there. How do I know they called the police? A lady picked up the phone right after we got in a big argument and back and forth with them, and they were all crying and telling us to leave and having an emotional breakdown saying, "Leave us alone! Leave us alone!"
Yep, they did do that. They did
that.
They walked up to us and said, "We don't feel safe."
They said, "This is our safe space. Can you please stop bothering us?"
That's what I told them. I said, outside your threshold of your front door, there is no such place as a safe space unless you go to jail.
Go ahead. Here, I'll give you
I
this.
talked to the counter-protesters that were at the protest I was at, and they didn't give me any.
We didn't give anybody any crap. They all approached us and then claimed we approached them. We was even having a conversation just amongst ourselves, and one of them inserted themselves into our conversation. But then all of a sudden, they don't feel safe. Let's see, Snuffles. What did he say?
I don't know. I'm trying to reload the chat. Jimmy said, "No, I didn't go, and I only." Let's see. Let's read them. "No, I didn't go, and I only do what I'm told. I have no idea. Just opinions. You're hurting me feelers." I have no clue what you're talking about, Jimmy. Maybe you're talking shit to someone in the chat. I'm guessing. Snuffles is a sellout to Big Kibble. You gotta tell. Let's take this off. I want to tell this story to Chris. I want to. Not you, the other Chris. We're not calling you Mr. Chris, so don't even go there.
Yeah, we're talking to lawyer Chris.
We're talking
He's in
to
the
lawyer
chats.
Chris. But I want.
I don't know why you guys would call me Chris to begin with.
We're not.
We're not. I'm just
because me and
clarifying.
you have a history, and
I'm
I'm trying to be
clarifying for it,
respectful. I'm trying to be respectful with you, and I didn't want you thinking that I was making fun of you. Lawyer Chris is in the chats. That's why I was just.
No, that's fine.
We have a good Christian story to tell you. Actually, this is.
I just know often I get called Mr. Chris, and it's just like, who are you guys talking about? Because
Yeah, we're talking about Lawyer Chris.
But anyway, we have a Christian story to share for you. Lawyer Chris might like hearing this because these guys are lawyers, and this was also at the Baptist church. So both of you might like hearing this. But go tell them about that thing about the Baptist. This is allegedly, but if they see this, if they watch this, this is all allegedly. We're not making any allegations. This is allegedly. So you do not sue this man for what
You
he's
can
about
look
to say.
these stories up yourself. I don't remember if it's Westmoreland Baptist Church or Westboro Baptist Church. Okay, I think it's Westboro, but it is a church of lawyers. They protest.
Veterans.
They protest
funerals.
veterans' funerals.
That was the assault again, by the way. If you didn't see it.
That's probably Westboro Baptist.
Westboro, but she knows what we're talking about. Westboro Baptist. And what they do is
Chris knows it too. These people are evil. Are they not evil, Chris?
Yes, Westboro. Yes. They daisy chain around cemeteries to try and keep people from burying the dead, burying their veteran families.
Yeah.
And when you break the daisy chain, think about it. That's a very emotional moment for people. They take advantage of people's emotions because when you break the daisy chain, you just got yourself in a lawsuit. And all them lawyers, they team up on you and they sue you. And they just keep turning it back into their...
Chris seen them live before.
Chris, I have too. I've actually went head to head with Westboro. And them motherfuckers can rest in hot hell.
Yeah, I did a protest against Westboro Baptist Church before. I have also.
Shit, all of us
It's
are.
good to agree on something.
We all have common ground here. We got a Democrat lawyer. I don't know
I
if you're.
actually did a video making fun of Westboro Baptist Church one time. I presented myself as a man then. I went ahead and got a white T-shirt and I wrote on "God hates fags," and I put on the most southern accent that I could possibly put on.
Just to piss them off?
Westboro Baptist Church person, drinking Jesus juice.
Did you tell him about Dolly?
Oh yeah.
Hoodie?
I came to the No Kings protest. I was wearing the. You know who Dolly Parton is? The singer.
Yes.
They're known for supporting the LGBT community and whatnot.
Is my idea.
And because we were looking for an outfit to make me dress as a Democrat, because one of the No Kings protest rules are you're not supposed to talk to people of opposing views. At least that's how they do it here.
So he went undercover.
So I went undercover. I didn't wear my Trump hat. I didn't wear any Trump T-shirts. All I wore was a regular black hat, and I wore a Dolly Parton
Pink
hoodie.
Dolly hoodie.
Pink Dolly hoodie. And I told some of them that I was gay and that my lover was trans, which is all just a joke. You know, ha ha ha, he's so funny. And they still didn't believe me. They still thought I was a Trump supporter because I started screaming, release those Epstein files. I was trying to gain their trust. I was trying to get them to admit to whatever they'll admit to, but they really didn't fall for it. I don't know what it is about me, but I guess they think I'm too smart to be Democrat. I don't know.
You want to hear something funny, Graham?
What?
I think I've talked to you too often because when I was at the protest, when I was like filming people and asking questions and stuff like that, I actually eventually ended up having security follow me around. And
Oh, we had a group of 20 people follow us because I was using a
for some
megaphone.
reason, they thought I was MAGA.
Now that makes absolutely no sense.
I
to
could
me.
see how they would think that.
They literally did not leave the protest until we left the protest. Like there was probably at least 20 of them following us around. There was one guy, bah, bah, over again. All he would do is make sheep noises. And he looked mental. He was wearing an Antifa mask. You couldn't see his face.
Up.
And what's up, Duffy? What's up, everybody? I'm going to read your super in a second, Chris. But this guy was real messed up. I seen his eyes. I swear to God, I haven't seen hate like this in someone's eyes in a long
He
time.
was on something.
He was on drugs for sure, 100%. But the hate that he had in his eyes was so crazy. He wouldn't even speak to me. He just kept making like sheep noises at me, baha, baha. So at one point, I just went up to him face to face and said, "Brother, I don't know what's going on with you right now, but I love you, man. Like even though we disagree on politics, I love you. Like I just want you to know I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I don't want to
And he
lose."
sincerely did it.
And I sincerely did it. I said, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I don't want you to lose your life. I don't want anything bad to happen. And he looked at me and I was actually surprised. He said, I don't want anything bad to happen to you either. We're still Americans. And I was shocked when that happened because the rest of the time after that, he just kept making sheep noises at me. Even though I was shit talking him, calling him a pussy because he didn't want to show his face. He had a mask on. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. But what about
Yeah,
you?
I mean, MAGA has the same kind of people on their side too. I mean, there's.
No, they told me some stories. They said we got assaulted too. I said, how did you get assaulted? And a chunky lady with a short hair, she said, oh, they called me a dyke. I said, I'm sorry.
One asshole called me a bigot. and something else today.
No, yeah, that was me. I went up to him and I was wearing the Dolly Parton hoodie. We acted like we weren't together. We were in separate cars. I came in on one end of the No Kings protest. He came in on the other end of the No Kings protest. I was wearing the Dolly Parton and just the regular black hat. And he was wearing a Trump hat, and we crossed paths. I called him a bigot. I started screaming, "You're a bigot!"
And everybody was good with it.
And they all were fine with it. But the minute I start arguing with the Democrat, the security comes and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whatever you do, we don't need to escalate this. Just calm down." I'm like, "I'm calm." But back to the West Baptist Church thing or whatever they're called. Westboro. Chris says, "Dustley, Patriot Guard riders have got him."
Really?
And that's what he said right there.
Oh, okay. Have got at him.
Got at him, sorry.
Yeah, believe me, we did too.
Yeah, Dustley and his boys got at him
Yeah,
too.
they actually didn't show up to the funeral. They protested a block over.
Yeah,
I will not disclose that story.
I ain't gonna disclose it either. I already know you don't want to disclose it, but I'm just gonna say he took care of business. They didn't do what they did to the other veterans.
I was rewarded an ice cream with sprinkles that day. Because sprinkles are for winners.
Sprinkles are for winners. But what were we talking about? We were talking about the No Kings protest. Did you have any interesting stories? Like, what was your most interesting story from the day?
Oh, I mean, so I consider Lafayette, Indiana my home, even though I don't live there. I mean, I still consider it my home, so I got to see people that I haven't seen in months, or some of them even years. So it's always good to see old friends. And some of that's, I try to cut out most of it, but out of the video that I'm making. I think some of it's going to stay in there though. But I think the video is going to speak for itself.
Oh, it's a surprise. You don't want to give any spoilers?
And Graham and Dusty, is Time watching this?
Time, are you in here right now?
I think he is.
I do mention all three of you in that video.
Oh, I don't care. I'll watch it. Just let me know I'm going to watch the whole thing, honestly. I do like your videos, actually, even though you're just talking bullshit. We disagree, but I do like your videos. I think, you're better than Dean Withers and you're better than those fuckheads. But look, we got a comment from Infamous. He said, "Holy shit, you two are in the same fucking place."
Yeah, and for $500 super chat, I will lick my lips up. I will grab this man by the head and give him a big old sloppy wet kiss on the cheek. It won't even be consensual.
Thank God y'all don't have like a $500 you want to burn.
Please don't do that.
Come on.
Oh, come on. No, we know you'd like to watch
You're
it.
going to save up and you're going to make us do it.
Understand something. Number one, consent is a big thing for Democrats and liberals and the LGBT community, every bit of it.
Well, there's going to be no consent here with $500.
I'm not going to consent to it, but $500 is $500.
It's one of those, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20 kind of thing.
Yeah, that was
but
in
this
the 90s.
$500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inflation has been a lot since the 90s. So we have, $20 back then is like $500 now. Not really, but.
Man, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah?
Is gas prices up or is they down?
Compared to what?
The last 10 years.
The last 10 years, they're around the same.
What about the last 5 years?
I checked. So in the state of Indiana, we hadn't seen gas prices hit $4 a gallon in the last 10 years.
So I was right.
It was under Obama the last time that gas was under.
I said that earlier.
For 8 years.
For 8 years, by the way.
That was after the whole recession thing that George Bush started to begin with.
Well, I don't like either one of them, so it's fine with me. I could care less,
We
but.
haven't seen gas prices at $4 a gallon in over 10 years.
Oh,
No,
no.
that's a lie. That's a lie. We saw gas prices at $5.80 in Florida in 2023.
I'd already uploaded a video earlier.
Highest gas prices under the Biden administration.
The average under Biden was $5.
During the Biden administration, gas
Oh!
prices were
Peaked at 501.
Gas prices peaked at
From $2.
501. From $2, when Trump left office, gas was $2. It peaked under Biden at 5.01. That's just national average. No, that's national average.
Yeah, we're going off national average.
We're not going state by state. We're going off national average.
Okay, I can only go by what I see with my own eyes.
Well, can you not go off national average?
Florida's 380 right now.
The world doesn't revolve around Indiana.
And Florida's $3.80.
If the data is correct, but all I know is that this entire time you go with my own eyes and say, okay, it's $3 something cents here. Like I think the highest it's been in Indiana was like $3.99.
What's the cheapest gas price in Indianapolis right now?
I don't know about Indianapolis.
Okay. What's the closest big town that you know of the lowest gas price?
The only town that I know of the gas price was the town that I went to. It's not even the town that I live in.
Okay, what was the lowest gas price you saw there?
No, it was $4.19.
What town was it?
I'm not gonna tell you the town.
You don't live there.
I know, but still.
Because you don't want me to look it up and expose you.
No,
I understand. I exposed you for overinflating beef prices. I expect you to do the same thing with gas as well.
Listen, I'm gonna sound like a douchebag when I say this.
It's nobody's business. If somebody figures out where I live, regardless, I'm not.
You just said you don't live there.
Just saying, like if I tell you this stuff, people can start connecting.
Was it Lafayette? Was it Fayetteville?
It's a bunch
Where?
of breadcrumbs being left
In Indiana?
behind.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know.
Was it Fayetteville, Indiana?
I went to Lafayette, Indiana.
What was the cheapest gas price? What was the cheapest gas price you saw in Lafayette, Indiana?
I didn't notice gas prices in Lafayette, Indiana.
Of course.
Not that I was in.
What's the cheapest gas price in the town you're in?
I don't know. I didn't check in the town.
Of course.
On my way to the protest, and I was like, oh, I think I need some gas. So I pulled over at the gas station. After I got some gas, that's when I started the video.
So you went and bought gas but didn't pay attention to how much it was. So obviously gas prices aren't near high enough at the moment.
I showed off in the video how much the gas prices were. In the video, it shows $4.19.
Okay. Well, nearby options.
You can literally see the video on YouTube right now. It's available
Okay.
for anybody to watch. It says
What are you reading right here? What do I have right here?
It says if you're heading out of town, you might find lower gas rates around $3.29.
Boom. So quit overinflating and being dramatic.
And I will say about food, I'm going to double down on the thing I've said about food. I think food, I'm going to sound like a dickhead like I said before, but I've gone to a couple restaurants out here in Tennessee, and honestly, these are fine dining restaurants. That's the best way I can say it. These are fine dining restaurants, and all the entrees that I see are like $15, $16, $17, and that's not a lot of money. I think that's a pretty good deal, and these are like fine dining.
Man. We had these kebabs tonight that were like fucking awesome. They were filet kebabs, $28. $28.
And that was like a fine dining restaurant.
Yes, it was very upscale. I had a loaded baked potato with that, and coleslaw.
You guys were in Tennessee, where the cost of living is so freaking low.
It's like that in Florida too. And Florida's definitely not a cheap state to live in.
Other states.
I went out to Florida to a restaurant like last week, and I'll go ahead and tell you guys where it was because I don't live there. It was in Sarasota, Florida. We went to a barbecue restaurant, real good barbecue. I think my bill was like $24. So and I got a cocktail. I got a brisket grilled cheese sandwich. I got a Coca-Cola. I got some French fries. I think it was $24 after the tip, actually. So I thought that was pretty cheap, too.
I'm going to be honest with you. Anytime I go to a restaurant, even by myself, I end up spending like $30.
Well, I mean, maybe you're eating a steak. Maybe, probably, if you eat a steak or something.
Yeah, I mean, we spent $30 a plate tonight, but we were eating filet. Not just filet. These were kebab. Oh my gosh, they were so good, make your tongue slap your brains out.
I mean, I've gone like, let's say to Applebee's because you know they have the 2 for $25
And
entrees. Like,
I'm not worried about you exposing me for overinflating or underinflating anything. Can I give him the restaurant? Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
The local goat.
It's called the Local Goat in, is it Pigeon Forge or Sevierville?
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge.
They call it the local goat because they have sheep and goat on the menu. But we're not Muslims, so we're not eating goat.
Yeah, I looked at the goat and said a lot of good stuff about it, but I'm like, don't Muslims eat goat? I don't think I want to eat what they eat over there. But I like lamb though.
Yeah, in Lafayette, there's this restaurant. I call it the Hidden Gem in Lafayette. It's a company. It's a restaurant called Mountain Jack's Steakhouse, and it's the best food I've ever had in my life at that restaurant. But that place is pricey. Like you could expect to spend like $50 per plate of food. Like it's that expensive. I took a guy out to that for
Was he MAGA?
his birthday once, and yeah, it's and the guy that I took out, he is a very picky eater, and I didn't think he was gonna like it, but he loved it. So I was, that's just how good they are. They're a really good restaurant.
Yeah, someone said in Maryland you can get plates for $15 to $20. I mean, even if you go to a major city in, like, example, Paris, a plate is probably gonna run you like not even like a steak, not even nothing like that, like maybe some duck or maybe some chicken. Probably about
They had bison burgers.
probably about 30 a plate over
They
there.
have bison steak there.
Oh, they had bison steak. I love bison. So even compared to Europe, Western Europe at least, it's pretty
I
cheap.
told you guys before. I like when I go shopping and I buy steak. I usually get the ribeye steak, and I usually get the thin twin steaks.
Thin?
They
Thin is
around
horrible.
$21-$22 an hour. $22 per packet. As of right now, the cheapest one I could find is $27.
It's probably a little bit cheaper than that in Florida. I would say probably about $20 to $30 for. Well, we're not getting thin ribeyes. We're getting thick
Yeah,
ribeyes.
it's at least going to be an inch thick cut or inch and a quarter to inch and a half.
I do like thin steaks. I had a skirt steak not too long ago. I think it was real good. But if it comes to a ribeye,
thick.
Yeah, thick.
I love the thick ones. Don't get me wrong. The thing is that I live alone. I have a 2-bedroom house. I live alone. I got 2 bathrooms. What am I gonna do with 2 freaking bathrooms? I got a large living room, a large kitchen.
I tell you what you do with 2 bathrooms, okay? If you're out partying, you got one to puke in and one to poop in.
Can we come? Can
I
I?
don't go out and party.
Wait. You said I should come to Indiana. Can I come stay at your house then for the next rally?
Yeah, why not? I got an extra.
Wow, awesome.
I'll charge you $200 though.
$200. You said Trump ruined the economy. Can I not get a discount?
He'll buy you a steak at a fine dining restaurant. It's good to hear you laugh, I'll tell you that. It's one of our better debates, I'll tell you that right now.
No, I don't think anybody wants to stay in the room now. I still haven't redone it up since my mom died in it.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Rest in peace.
I'm not going to make a joke there. I'm going to let that one slide.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was 2 years ago. But,
Oh, damn.
So I can make a joke? I'm not going to. Even if you give me permission, I'm not going to make a joke. No, I'm not going.
I don't know where her spirit is. I don't need to get choked in my sleep tonight or anything, so.
I was fixing to say, Graham won't care. I mean, not about you. I'm saying if he stays the night, he won't mind if he gets choked in his sleep.
Oh, my God. No.
I'm willing to put this to the test. This is for science.
I'm not part of that, so you guys can do it elsewhere. I'm not. But you guys can have fun with that later.
It's consensual.
It's between Graham and the ghost. I'm not going to be there.
You guys really love being choked, don't you?
You know what? I'm going to do the Fent challenge. I'm going to do the Fent Floyd challenge right now, but you have to turn the YouTube on and watch it being done. I'm not doing this unless you watch it so that I can put this to rest that you can't choke a man by the back of the neck. Here, hit me in the back of the neck. Come on. Is that all you can do?
He's choking.
It's
He's
tighter.
choking.
Tighter.
No, stop.
Wait, you can really do that.
What the fuck? Holy shit, it works. Oh, my apologies.
I'm just kidding. You really can't do that.
I'm gonna get you on here, man. You gotta be patient or pop in with another 20, but you gotta be patient, man. Gotta be patient. Okay, sorry, go ahead. You were about to say something?
Nah, I probably shouldn't say it.
Now go ahead. We're having a good conversation. Go ahead and say it.
Make your joke.
No, I was saying, like, there is a part in the book that I've been writing where I do mention choking somebody that I was in a relationship with when I was dating somebody. She had fibromyalgia, that central nervous issue. Because I explained that, and there's a whole explanation behind it or anything like that. But I sat there and I stated how, like, when I was dating her, when we would have sex, when she would demand that I choke her.
Okay, that's horrible. Okay, I heard enough already.
Yeah,
let me cut it off there. Shit, I even lost my train of fucking thought. I was about to say something real good, but
you want to choke me, Doug?
Now you completely.
You want to choke?
Okay, yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now. I was gonna ask you a question.
It kind of confused me that when she had fibromyalgia, like the moment you touched her back, she would break down and cry, but like she could handle something like a hard ass. Like I never understood that kind of stuff.
You got to beat their back. You have to beat the back of their chest because of the fibromyalgia. It breaks it loose so that they can breathe. I know somebody that has that.
And also, am I in your book? I'm just curious. You can put me in your book if you want.
No, you're not gonna be in my book.
Will you put it in your book? Can you make up a fib?
Can you put me in your book? Because I've already been in one book before, but I think it's about to be released soon. But I'm like a small mention in the book, really. But
I was in a paper story, Philadelphia, Indiana. I was on the front page, Sunday paper to be specific.
what crime did you commit? What crime did you commit?
My knee was on somebody's back while they're on the ground.
What?
This is sounding a lot like what we're trying to do here. You won't watch it.
So you can empathize with Derek Chauvin doing what he did to George Floyd. You know what it's like.
No, it was just a story on me. No, that's what it was.
Were you arrested for this or no?
No, I was a YouTuber back then. I was doing a lot in the community. I was a little popular.
I seen your one transgender video. It had like 120,000 views.
I'm going to give you a compliment now. You're actually still very popular.
It was bigger back then. Like I erased a lot of videos that
No, I will say you are very charismatic. Whenever you come on my stream, I swear, when we stream together, that's a really good way to promote your YouTube. And you should, we should put your YouTube name in the title of the video, because every single live stream we did when it was face to face, like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, we got over 100,000 views.
Really quick, can you admit that smash that like button is your favorite saying?
Yes.
Smash that like, dude. When you said that,
how many times has he said that this stream?
I forgot to smash that like button. Let's get to 100.
And hit that subscribe button. Just a tip. Just a tip, Christina. Just a tip, Christina. Is you have to ask for it for people to do it. You have to.
You know about the Bible? You're a Christian, so you know what it says. Ask and you shall receive. Is that not what it says?
What I need to do one day is I need to take one of your videos and I need to just cut it up to all the times to say smash that like button.
Use this one for that.
Let's do it.
Get it. How many times you said it?
That would be pretty
You
fun.
have my permission to use this video for that.
Honestly, anyone has permission to use any of my videos, even if you don't change it, even if you don't edit it, even if you don't react to it. If you just copy my video and post it on your channel, I will never copyright strike you. Never, ever, ever, ever.
Because he's not a bitch.
Because I'm not a bitch. No, I know, but I'm just letting you and everyone else know. You know, I know, but I'm just saying. I know you know.
Quick question, Graham. Do you have a daytime job, or is this your job?
Well, we can talk about that off camera. That should be unknown. I don't want everyone to know, you know, that I clock into McDonald's. That would be really, that would really be shameful. But
Have
if
you
you,
ever worked at McDonald's? Have you ever worked at McDonald's?
I peddle smut.
no, I worked at plenty of restaurants. I helped restaurants open. I've been screwed over by employers. I've done lots of stuff before. I've worked at plenty of jobs before, retail and restaurants. And I'm not gonna say where I'm working or if I'm working or what I'm doing, but I'm not taking welfare.
I'm not going to tell you who I used to work for, but their name rhymes with itty.
I'm not gonna tell. Oh, he just exposed me. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you what my boss is all about. But his gender identity rhymes with how should I say this? My boss's name, it rhymes with Nans. His gender identity, I mean.
I really don't know where you're going with that.
He's trans. That's it.
Oh.
That's why I don't want to talk about my boss because he's transgender.
Did he ever make a pass at you?
Yeah, he did.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm not even joking right now.
Yeah, he did.
Wow, you're...
Hey, Graham,
Fuck.
like it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, that's fair. That's fair. We've been cutting jokes. We're good. Damn it. You look...
This is why I didn't want to talk about my employment on here. But thank you, Celeste. Celeste, I believe.
Just so you know, I've
Thank you.
had men hit on me too. I've got my mom's hips.
You know, I've had actually homosexuals on here before, and they drop me a lot of super chats because they think I'm cute. I'm not trying to brag about that. That's kind of, you know, what it is, but...
Well, I am comfortable in my masculinity. I can say you are a good-looking young man.
Thank you. Maybe that's why the homosexuals on here like to drop me
Yes.
super chats.
My opinion, Graham, is I think you just need to learn how to grow facial hair better.
Well, I think that if he was to snip off his junk, I think that it would come in thicker.
Okay.
I'm willing to put this to the test, by the way. I think I have some scissors here somewhere.
No, thank you. I need at least the anesthesia. Don't be a bigot, Dustley. Don't you know they don't cut it off? They turn it inside out.
I was told from an old Chevy Chase movie that the trick is to pull them down low and cut them off high.
I don't know about that. How do you guys feel about Florida treasures? What do you mean Florida treasures? What the hell is Florida treasures? But where were we? We were talking about no kings and whatnot. Oh,
Hey,
excuse me.
really quick.
Go ahead.
A little off topic. How do you guys feel about GTA 6?
Fuck GTA 6. I feel like it's gonna ruin a lot of people's lives, but I do want to play it.
And I could care less. The games that I play are more technical. I mean, they're more how did you know? No, I've been playing EVE Online. No shit, okay? No joke. You need to check out EVE Online. The first 3-4 days of it, you're going to hate it and it sucks. But after you kind of sort to figure it out, it's actually pretty fucking badass. It's like you got your own spaceship and you blow people up, and you can blow up space stations and run raids and mine asteroids. It's actually a pretty cool game. It's very in-depth. It's very
My honest feeling about GTA 5 is kind of my same feeling about
Oh, it's not
GTA 6.
Minecraft.
I like GTA 5 a lot. Like, that is definitely probably my favorite game ever. Way fucking better than Minecraft and Roblox. That's for kid diddlers. But
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
But GTA 5 is really fucking fun. Like, that game is super fucking fun. And it's also super addictive. And I feel like I've already wasted enough of my life playing these stupid fucking games. Because I used to play GTA 5 for like fucking 12 hours a day. So I'm good on, I like
Gran
gaming.
Turismo. Is that
Well,
what
you
is
see, the
No.
thing about Grand Theft Auto
No, Grand
6
Theft
is
Auto.
Grand
it's
Theft
gonna
Auto,
be out in
okay.
Florida.
Huh?
It's going to be showing off Florida. So, Graham,
I haven't
you probably
played it since
don't
San
really
Andreas.
see if your house is in GTA 6 at all.
What the fuck, Snuffles? Why did you delete that message, motherfucker?
What?
I'm going to read it anyway. It says Florida treasuries is when you look up money that is owed to you by companies that gives it to your state for you to claim. Yeah, I have a fuck ton of that.
I've heard about
A bunch of companies, a couple companies, I think owe me like maybe $100 or $200. They gave it to the state of Florida. All I gotta do is pick it up, or I gotta like call them and have them send it to me.
So basically how it works is they give you sort of a pro number or a PO number or something like that, and you have to prove that you lived at certain locations that it's attached to.
Well, that's easy.
Documentation. When
That's
you bring
easy.
all the documentation with you, they'll process everything and they'll eventually get you the money that's owed to you. I
Yeah.
currently have like I guess about $5,000 that's owed to me.
What?
$3,000 of it is YouTube. YouTube's I guess paid me because I started YouTube. AdSense didn't start, but after I stopped making videos, that's when AdSense started, and apparently my videos kept making money afterwards, and and I wasn't trying to or anything, and I guess I had like $3,000 that YouTube paid out for me.
Well, my $200 is like from Cash App. I had a Cash App account that I completely forgot about. Probably not even $200. To be honest with you, I think it's like $78. And since the Cash App hasn't been used in like 5 years, they like shut it down and gave it to the government of Florida, I guess. And they said I can claim it through them, which I need to do, but it's a super long process, like you talked about. And it's just like I don't even know if it's worth it.
I will have to. So the address that I lived at was in Lafayette. That was when I lived in Lafayette. So we're talking over a decade ago.
Is this that from me?
I really don't know if I can prove that I used to live in Lafayette because I lived with a roommate, and I don't even think I have anything with my name on a mail from that address.
Well, I don't know why you need to prove I don't think I need to prove my address. I think I need to prove my identity. Because that's my first, last name, and my social security number.
Well, maybe in the state of Florida, but in the state of Indiana, they specifically asked that I prove that I lived at that address at that time.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know much more to say than that.
I mean, I'd have to see. I don't know if I was working. I don't know what job I was working at when I lived there.
Let me clarify something. I do respect veterans a lot. I really, really respect them a lot. I thank them for our country, regardless of political opinions. But I don't like. I don't like people when they try to use their I don't know the word for it. Maybe status, maybe service, maybe it's not even just necessarily service, but we can just say service. I don't like when people use their service to try to push their political movement and acting like they represent all Army people, or they represent all Navy people, or they represent all Marines. I hate to say it, like I really like veterans a lot. Not all just because you're a veteran doesn't mean you're a good person. Like look at Brian McGinnis. His wife is Muslim in Palestinian.
He's a pussy whoop traitor.
And he's a pussy whooped traitor. But my point is, people always say, oh, I believe this, that, and you should believe me because I'm a veteran. Like that is getting super obnoxious and overused, and y'all are giving other veterans a bad name. Now, if you got some cool military stories you want to share and tie that into politics, I'm all for that. If you're going to tell me about your politics, at least add a military story in or two. Don't just tell me I should believe you because you're a Marine and then your politics are right. Because last time I checked, Marines are here to fight for this country. They're not here to run for politicians.
Well, I guess I would ask you a question. It's like, would you listen to a scientist if they were to tell you about, their studies? Would you consider them at least an expert in their area?
Marines or Army people aren't experts in politics. They're not even experts in war, really.
I'm just saying,
They know a lot about war. I wouldn't listen to a scientist about how to, put a, change my blinker fluid. I wouldn't listen to a scientist about how to put more blinker fluid in my car because they're not a mechanic. Only a mechanic can tell me how to put blinker fluid.
Okay, so what I'm specifically stating is that if a scientist were to talk about a field that they follow, would you at least be able to consider?
Well, they have a degree in that. They're qualified in that.
Okay.
Besides, if scientists disagree with each other, which one should I listen to?
So why were you knocking on Neil deGrasse Tyson when it came to climate change?
Because he is not a climate change scientist.
Yeah,
he's an astrophysicist.
Yeah, he's an astrophysicist.
Okay, can you go ahead and Google if climate change and astrophysics ever dabble with each other?
Well,
like how? I mean, because the Earth is in space.
Okay. You can literally Google right now just to verify this.
Smash that like button.
Okay, here we go.
Smash that like
I'm going
button.
to use AI Gemini here. Okay, hold on here. Let's see here.
Protest in
Does
Europe.
astrophysics have anything to do with climate change?
Protest in
Climate
Europe.
change is primarily
Let me read it.
Yeah, let me read this comment real quick. Protest in Europe too. The world hates Trump. Doubt you've ever been to Europe. I've been to over 20 countries and I've lived in 3 different countries. I haven't been an immigrant in 3 different countries. Never did anything illegal. Never broke any immigration laws. So I don't think you know a single fucking thing about Europe. Okay, go ahead, read it.
It says no. Just no.
I got that.
I'm just kidding with you. Okay, here I'm gonna read it.
I'm gonna get angry at you.
Why?
Are you messing with me?
Everybody knows it's just not going to say no. Okay. While climate change is primarily driven by processes within our atmosphere, astrophysics plays a crucial role in understanding the big picture of how planets stay warm or cool at its core. Earth's climate is an energy balance problem governed by celestial mechanics and solar physics. Evidently, they're not saying anything about man-made here. Here is also the 2 fields that intersect. Solar variability and total solar irradiance. The most direct link is the sun itself. And I understand that because the closer to the sun you get, the hotter you're going to be. Astrophysicists study the sun's activity cycles like 11-year sunspot cycle to determine how much energy or total solar irradiance is hitting Earth. By measuring the sun's output, scientists can distinguish between natural warming caused by solar fluctuations and warming caused by human activity. Current data, okay, so human is involved. Current data shows that while the sun's energy has remained relatively constant or even slightly decreased in recent decades, Earth's temperature has continued to rise, helping rule out the sun as the primary cause of modern warming.
What's up, Quinn? How you doing, Quinn? I know I keep messing up your name, but I'm just gonna call you Celeste because your name is too much of a mouthful for me to say. So Celeste, you said you're a scientist. Please join my Discord. Please come on my stream. I want to get some scientists on here. I don't think I ever had one on here. I've had doctors and lawyers in here. Never had a scientist though.
I know Neil deGrasse Tyson is not going to be perfectly accurate on every single statement he makes, but he knows his stuff. He has access to all the data.
If he sagged his pants, would he be any different than those black gentlemen that you met in Chicago?
I love a good ass.
You love a good ass.
Who doesn't?
I'm kidding.
I don't think you are kidding. Gender science. What do you think about gender science?
Hold on. Somebody hand me the bleach.
Wait, here's a question for you. Here's a weird question for you.
It is a reasonable guy to listen to about climate change.
No, I don't think anyone is, but here's an unrelated question. We're just going to have to agree to disagree. But here's an unrelated question. This is kind of gross. I know Dustley is not going to want to hear this, and some of y'all out there ain't want to hear this. But here's a genuine question. I'm just asking because I never heard of this shit before, and I want to ask some freaking weird shit. So, would you as a trans woman, quote-unquote trans woman, you know I don't agree with a trans woman, but who cares about that at the moment? Would a trans woman have a dating relationship with a trans man? What do you think? Would you do it?
Good question.
I don't know if I would or not.
Are you transphobic? You're transgender. You can't be transphobic.
Salad.
It's not that simple.
Put it right
I've
there.
never been presented with the opportunity to. I often joke with people and say that I'm trisexual. I'll try anything once, and if I like it, I'll try it again.
Oh, that's nasty. That is some nasty fucking freaky fucking. That's some nasty freaky shit. Would you telling me? Wait. You're telling me you would try 2 women 1 cup? You would try that? 2 women 1 cup.
What?
2 women 1 cup. You ever heard of 2 women 1 cup? You heard of that before?
Well,
I've seen the video, and
2 girls 1 cup. I mean, 2 girls 1 cup.
that is definitely not my thing.
Don't look it up. That's all I'm gonna say.
no,
That's not your thing.
not putting that on my
That's
phone.
definitely not my thing.
But you said you'd try anything once, so why not? Why not 2 trans in 1 cup?
I think seeing that video was enough of me trying it.
So you tried it right after watching that video, and you had enough.
No, I'm stating me watching the video was a limitation of me trying it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't. That's as far as I want to dig into this. I don't want to hear any more freaky. We heard enough freaky deaky stories.
I don't want to talk about that
you
stuff
want?
either. That's definitely something that grosses me out. Human excrement is not something that I touch at all.
You know what that is, right? You know what 2 girls 1 cup is?
No,
No, I don't.
Neither one of y'all know what 2 girls 1 cup is.
no, and I'm not Googling it because I don't want that shit on my phone.
Okay, I will tell you. I'm not gonna tell her, but I'm gonna tell you if you want to see some. This shit is probably gonna bring you back to the biker life. If you've seen this, this is some shit that this is some shit they would play for you. That's all I'm gonna say. This is some shit.
I hate you.
This is some shit they would play for you in the biker life.
Yeah.
So when you get home tonight, you can go check that out.
Oh God.
And some of your watchers, they're over there Googling it themselves right now.
Please, y'all, the viewers, please.
How many out there in viewer land is Googling 2 girls 1 cup right now?
How many people heard of it before? Yes and no. 2 girls.
How many
1
people's
cup.
heard of 2 girls 1 cup?
Like Cash Patel right now, he's sitting there looking at the data center. He's like, why is everybody all of a sudden Googling 2 girls in a cup?
I will say that Cash Patel probably Googles that every night. I ain't
He
gonna
probably
lie.
run across the traffic Googling himself.
That's
wow,
that-
this is a popular site tonight.
There's probably a video out there called 2 Indians 1 cup. I ain't gonna lie. There's probably a video called
Oh,
2
dear
Indians.
God.
Actually, they have 2 Indians 1 cup. What's that Indian festival where they have cow
About
shit and they
2
bathe in
Indians
it?
and we filled our cup.
Back in middle school, if you watched that in middle school, you were one fucked up individual, and I ain't gonna say I didn't watch it in middle school. They're buck nasty, wild, racist. A lot of people said yes, they've seen it before.
Oh my gosh, you some nasty people out there.
You nasty, nasty fucking
Nasty.
people.
I survived like 5 seconds of it before I down the computer.
Now you're making it sound like a pro rodeo event.
You know
like
damn
bull
well
riding.
you watched
Now
the
I gotta
full
see if I can watch
film.
6 seconds.
You know damn well you watched the full fucking film. Don't sit here and lie to me and say you. I don't even think the bad shit happens.
Are you talking to me?
I don't think the bad stuff even happens after the first 5 seconds. You got at least got a minute into it, at least.
After the bad stuff happens, I lasted 5 seconds and threw the computer down on the ground.
Did you wash the computer off with bleach?
No, you don't wash your computer after the bleach. You literally you put that computer in a dumpster grinder. What do you call those things?
Compactor.
Yeah, you put that shit in a dumpster compactor. You put your whole fucking laptop in that dumpster compactor, and then you grab the pieces of the laptop from the compactor.
Put them in a wood chipper.
Put them in a wood chipper,
and then burn them.
And then you burn it, and then you put the ashes and put it out in the middle of the ocean. You drive 20 miles out to sea. You drive 20 miles. This shit ain't illegal. It's not illegal to watch it, but this is definitely some.
I ain't watching.
It's not illegal. It's not like kid diddling. It's not illegal, but it's just fucked up. Do you support trans people? I don't support LG. It's not that I hate them. It's not that I dislike them.
Oh, you dislike.
Okay, maybe I dislike them when they're a little bit sexual to me. I do dislike that. But I don't hate them. But I don't support LGBT.
I feel like we were assaulted by some today.
I felt like I was sexually assaulted, to be honest. Because a grown-ass trans man at a No Kings protest bent over and showed me his rear end, but he didn't pull down his pants. Thank God.
I personally think people were just trolling. They're probably.
I told him that his wife has a penis because he's a transgender lover, and she said, "Do you want to see it?" I said, "Please show."
Honestly,
as a joke. I'm a straight white man, just so you all know.
I'm gonna be nice. I can't say it.
I don't see Tennessee being all that rational to begin with. I mean.
Rational? I'm telling you, have you ever been to Pigeon Forge?
I drove through there to pick somebody up. There's a friend of mine. Their mom lives out in Tennessee, and my friend was out in Tennessee. Went to visit mom, and she ended up getting stranded out there because like her mom refused to pay for her to come back to Indiana. So she called me, and I went out and got her from Tennessee. And that was the only time. Well, there was 2 times I went through Tennessee. The second time, no, never mind. It was just that one time. Sorry.
You ever been to Memphis?
Yeah, that was the only time I went to Tennessee.
You ever been to Memphis?
There's no getting stuck in Tennessee. If you can make it to a truck stop, there's a hard up trucker that will take you wherever you want to go.
No, the thing is, like I was using my map to get back home.
Hey, now wait a minute. I'm smelling bullshit because I've tried to helping you with maps before. Now I know you can't read a map.
No, I was using it like a GPS.
Yeah, I've described that to you too, and I know you can't use one of those. So now come on now. I do not have my tall boots on right now.
But the thing is that my the signal went out and went completely dead, and I came to like these different turns to make, and I had no which way to go, and I made a turn, and I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like there's a lot of trees around. I'm not really.
Thank you, Skywalker.
In a good spot, and I literally had to drive an hour out of my way before I got signal again, and I could use maps again. So
I'm gonna give you the tip one more time. Okay, I'm gonna give you the tip one more time. As long as you can find your way to an interstate, okay. Odd numbers go north to south. Even numbers go east and west. The exit numbers are like you read. They start out at 1 on the west side. And the further east you go, the bigger the number gets by exit, 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 exit. The numbers south to north, the exits start at 1. And for every mile, there is an exit. So as long as you remember that, you can actually pinpoint where you are in the state on the what's that?
That part's the easiest part concerning interstates.
That's the only part.
This is not with interstates. The issue is when you're on like roads that interstates aren't near.
Yeah, you keep going on them. Eventually, you're going to hit an interstate. I promise. I swear.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I eventually did reach a town that had signal, and I was able to get maps back up and going, and I eventually made it back home.
And bypasses goes around the town, and as long as you go off into town and you get lost, as long as you went off into town, you're going to hit that bypass again on your way out of town. And if you got lost,
You do know that interstates don't go through every single town ever, right?
no, but it gets you close. It gets you close.
You're talking to a truck driver that driven
Yeah,
all over
it
the country.
gets you close. It'll get you within 50 miles. Generally speaking, it'll get you within 50 miles of where you need to be. And from there, it's usually a few roads. But if you get lost, you keep going till you hit another interstate.
I think I know of several spots in Indiana where it's more than 50 miles away from an interstate.
How wide is Indiana?
It's about a good, I don't know, about the,
How wide is Indiana?
I want to say 5-hour drive from,
How many miles?
No!
I'm trying to think,
Indiana is
so,
approximately 140 miles.
So it takes you 5 hours to go 140 miles? Indiana is 140 miles wide. Wait a minute. And then from north to south, it's only 250 miles.
It'll take you nowhere near 5 hours. 3.5 hours tops. 5 hours if you stop and have dinner with a MAGA boy and then continue on.
okay, so really quick, how many miles did you say that was?
I closed it, but 150 wide approximately.
Okay, 150. So something you have to understand about Indiana, Dusty, we don't measure things in miles in Indiana, we measure it by time.
Inches.
You measure it by inches?
So,
And when you say 150 miles, you might be thinking in your head, you know, that's a under a 3-hour drive.
okay, but 5 hours. Let's see.
It's roughly 5 hours. It is. Because you have to understand that maybe if you're on the interstate, then yeah, it's less than 5 hours. If you're continuously going 70 miles per hour, but if you end up having to go through Indianapolis, you have to slow down to 55 miles per hour throughout certain areas.
Got nothing?
Okay, so you have to slow down to 55 in some areas.
What's this?
But
So, but if you was to break it down, to a 5 hour trip, your average speed would have to be 28.
Well, let me just say that if I had to drive to Kokomo, it's going to take me 3 hours to drive there.
I'm calling bullshit on that because let me tell you what, a lot of truckers measure things by states, and those are good days right there because it's like if you're up north and you start out in Pennsylvania, you can usually make it over to even Missouri or something within a day, and you're crossing like 4 or 5 states, opposed to being in Texas, and you'll spend 2.5 days in one state going one direction.
Okay, sorry, I lied. It'll take me 2 hours.
We went from 5 hours to 2 hours.
Okay, it'd take you 2 hours to go across the state. That is 70 miles an hour.
No, I wouldn't be going 70 miles per hour. And Kokomo is more than that.
The math doesn't math.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you a question. Here's a very simple question. You have to drive 60 miles, yeah? And you're driving 60 miles per hour. How long does it take you to drive it?
You mistaken the math on that because you think that you're continuously going.
Can you answer my question, though?
You're not.
No, just answer. If you're driving straight forward, you're driving 60 miles per hour, you got 60 miles. Give me a guess. How long does it take you to drive 60 miles?
Well, I mean, the math is obvious. obvious on that if there's no stops.
What's the math?
Indiana,
What's the math?
there's continuous stops.
Why are you having
No,
to
wait,
stop?
wait. What's the math? Forget about all the other stuff. You're driving straight. You don't stop at all. Full tank of gas. You're driving 60 miles per hour. You have to go about 60 miles. How long will that take you?
No, I'm not 5 years old. It takes an hour.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Okay, one more question. How long does it take you to watch 60 Minutes?
$400.
Come on, that was a little bit funny. Well, for me, it actually does take about $400 because I can't get through that shit. So,
I mean, I have to rewind it a few times. It takes me about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half to watch 60 Minutes. Make sure I really soak it in.
Wait, for me to drive to Indianapolis, it takes an hour. That's how long it takes me to get to Indianapolis. And I'm about a fourth away in the state of Indiana. So it's like.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm having a pretty good time tonight, and
4 to 5 hours it would take me to get from one side to the
I was
other side.
introduced to mimosas just last night, and I've had a few mimosas today. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to be nice, Christina. You're killing my buzz.
I'm just being honest with you. Like,
Me too.
Answering it confidently, it would take me 4 to 5 hours to drive from the west side to the east side of Indiana.
Is it because you're stopping at the pickle park?
And do your feet reach the pedals, or do you like need some kind of system?
By the way, Graham, I think you would really love my vehicle.
Your Jeep?
I bet he would too.
Yep.
You know, I had a 2016 Jeep Cherokee.
Do you have the big wheels on your Jeep?
You have the Wrangler, though. You have the
Do
Wrangler.
you have the big wheels on your
No,
Jeep?
I have the Wrangler. Yeah, I do have the Wrangler, sorry.
Do you have the big wheels on your Jeep?
He's a real Jeep.
I do.
Graham likes to reach in and clean them rims like all deep black.
not on yours, but you before you said you wanted to say something to Time. He's back in chats, I see. So if you want to say something to Time, you can.
Well, no, I'm just saying that I even mentioned time in the video.
Oh, you mentioned Time in your video you made. Okay, that's gonna make him proud. He gets upset when Dustley's just mentioned. Oh, I have to. Oh, the video's deleted, so I can't show you. But someone made a really funny video of me and Dustley, and they said that we would be okay with our daughters being raped and our mothers being.
Yeah, I think they're
raped.
sitting in prison right now, by the way.
Yeah, they're literally sitting in prison currently because
You're welcome.
they threatened to unalive us. Like, they said some real fucked up shit. I can't even remember it all right now, to be honest with you.
You're welcome.
But this is the most fucked up video I think I've ever seen on the internet. And I actually thought it was hilarious, but now the dude's in jail because the FBI got involved. But it is what it is. There's a whole list of these fuckers that are going to be going to prison. But I thought that was pretty funny. If I still had it, I would send it to you. But his channel got deleted.
Hey, do you have rubber ducks on your dash?
I've been given 2 rubber ducks. I do not put them on my dash because I don't like the color yellow.
Just another question. Do you wrap your duck?
I have no idea what you're talking about wrapping my duck.
Well, you got to protect it from the dust and the contaminants. And
Wait, I have a question about your Jeep.
he's raw ducking
I
it.
think I've seen it before. You have that.
He's a raw ducker. He's raw ducking it.
I think I've seen your Jeep before. It was on suspension. It's a lifted Jeep, yeah. You have those big spoke rims on it. No, not spoke rims, but you have those big black rims on it. It's a pink Jeep, isn't it? It's a pink Jeep, isn't it?
No, it's a Rhino Gray.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you. I don't.
Rhino gray sounds odd because rhinos have like the horn.
Huh?
I showed my Jeep off in the video.
Wait, oh, in your video you just made, or where?
The one that I've been working on, I showed.
Okay, I'll definitely watch it. But I got something funny to say. You ever seen what's that one name of that Marvel character with the horn on the top of his head?
Rhino.
Yeah, Dustley could definitely be Rhino. I ain't gonna lie. No, I gotta look it up.
Yeah, well, if I'm Rhino, you're a unicorn boy.
No. You can be Rhino.
You're gonna be Unicorn Boy.
No, I gotta look up a picture now to show him.
Yeah, Dudley.
Rhino, you come on. Be honest? Do you think that he could be Rhino?
Check it out.
No.
Moose Boy.
No, Moose Boy. No, Rhino's badass, dude, but he's super easy to defeat. That's Rhino, dude.
I know who Rhino is. I'd be more like, I'm gonna be Iron Man, the redneck Iron Man.
No, you're Rhino, dude.
No, I am not Rhino.
I vote for
Hell no, I'd be Sandman before I was Rhino. Or Green Goblin even. At least he got something he could fly around on and throw pumpkin grenades at everybody.
Nah, you would be more like Sandman than Rhino. I mean, you'd be more like Sandman than Green Goblin.
I'd be like Chris I'd be more like Chris.
Tom said I'm Captain Stretch. Okay, that's better.
I would be more like Big Ben from the Fantastic Four.
Big Ben.
The Rock guy.
Oh yeah. Let me look up Big Ben. Sorry, what were you saying? You said something about Spider-Man?
Yeah,
I've not seen it.
well, no, nobody's seen it yet. It's not out. It's releasing I think July.
What, the new Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, let me guess. They made him Mexican this time.
No, it's from what it sounds like, he's actually going to become a spider, like an actual spider or something.
Is he white or is he Mexican?
Here's
Tom
what
Holland.
color is.
Oh, it's Tom Holland.
Okay. I think it's racist to make to make white cartoon characters into black. There's plenty. One of my favorite cartoon characters was black. What was his name? The electric guy that shoots electric out of his hands.
The Shocker.
Electro.
We got nothing.
Electro, I think.
The Shocker.
How's
it go?
He was black in the newer Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, it was Electro.
This one right here. Yeah.
I thought it was funny that people
That's
had a
Electro?
problem with,
I don't know. That's the black one I was talking about. This was like in the early 2000s and the late 90s.
Jamie Foxx was Electro.
No,
too.
Static Shock. That was his name. Static Shock.
Static Shock.
Static
I
Shock
thought
was.
it was really funny that people were upset that they made the Witch of the West from a black person. Like a lot of people were complaining that.
That didn't bother me. I didn't watch it, but that really doesn't bother me because I mean they're spray painting her green anyways. That doesn't matter what color you start out as if they spray paint you green.
Green, not white. Green. Like
Yeah.
we don't have green people.
That's what I'm saying though. She was green, wasn't she?
Like maybe people could have had like a valid point on Ariel, and I still didn't see really a big deal on it, but you know, like it got so dramatic.
Ariel? What is Ariel? That woman with the purple hair and the gray skin?
It was the little mer bitch.
No, the one that was like the nappy headed with the purple hair, I think, and the gray skin and Ariel. That chick is definitely black. If they made her a real life one, she could be black. She even has that sassy black woman attitude.
What I really want to see is I want to see like a real life version of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I think that'll look really cool.
I don't know what that is, honestly. You know what that is?
Yeah, I know the whole Hunchback. You know, he's like
I think I've seen it before.
he's kind of like a good guy, but he looks like a bad guy. It's kind of like a Shrek.
That's a pretty
I
mouth.
love you, baked bean body.
Did he run? Is that the little boy did?
Little boy said you baked bean body.
Oh yeah, some 12-year-old came up to me. He said, "You're shaped like a baked bean." And then I came by him. I said, "You are one fat little fucker. You fat sausage."
It looks like he
Look,
wants to
there's
hit
a video
you.
of it right here.
Yeah, he wants to hit you with that sign.
Oh,
He's like,
he,
"Who you gonna baked bean body?"
then he ran away.
He took off running.
If he hit me with that sign, I'd probably grab it and throw it.
Why was he running though? You didn't do anything. You didn't come after him or
Because
nothing.
he called
You
him
baked bean body.
You baked bean? He looks more like a baked bean than me.
He does.
Boy, that boy got a bun on him, don't he?
Randy, still there?
Yeah, we're
He
here.
looks like a jelly belly.
I
I'm
thought
here.
he stole something.
I did too. I thought he pickpocketed him.
I'm here. I'm
Alright,
here.
hey, really quick, after I released my video,
I gotta pay
something I would like to know after you see it is how would you have reacted in that crowd? Like, I'm kind of interested in how you would react in that kind of crowd.
Your crowd or my crowd? Like as MAGA or as a Democrat?
Well, no, I'm just saying if you would have visited the protest I was at versus the protest that you went to.
I would have acted the same way, but a lot more people probably would end up injured. Maybe including myself.
Ourselves.
Yeah.
I act the same way that I act. On camera, off camera, no
I'm
matter
not-
where I'm at.
I'm not intimidated. I mean,
Detroit or Austin, Texas, don't matter.
not one time have I ever been intimidated by anyone, but every single time they say they're intimidated by me.
Yeah, what is someone going to do to me? Now, granted, I don't want to rush it. I enjoy life. But what's the worst somebody's going to do to me? Cancel my subscription to breathing? It's eventually going to happen.
I mean, it's illegal, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be
I'm
legal
glad
or
you're
illegal. I
careful.
can do it natural causes too, but eventually it's going to happen.
No, I'm just saying, like, how would you react differently? Like, because here's the thing, when you go to protests like that, number one, violence is definitely never something that should ever happen during protests. And if there's disagreements that happens, you know, I always tell people if they're going to get emotional, they need to just walk away.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be engaged in that kind of
If that was the case, the No Kings would have went home today. In our area.
One of them.
You know, like, you know, I just said walk away because, like, they don't have to leave, but, you know, they can just walk away and, like...
Or maybe go cry in their car.
Well, no, I'm just saying we had a big area. We had
Kids stalking your
a
ass.
large portion of downtown, and we had the entire pedestrian bridge.
The little kid's dogging him.
And we had the entire typical Waynesville Park. Our area was pretty darn large.
Oh, good.
Part of the downtown was closed off for the protest.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Why closed off? At that point,
So you want to
had no
close
exposure.
businesses so you can say you hate Trump. You want to close people's livelihoods so you can say you hate Trump. You think that's a good thing?
No.
What do you mean close people's livelihoods? What
They're businesses.
It wasn't off limits, it was just off limits to traffic.
Okay,
that's
how do
gonna
people
hurt.
get there?
That's gonna
I'm
hurt.
here to tell you right now that if I'm going to town to get something to eat and there's a restaurant somewhere, I'm going to go to another restaurant before I get out and walk a mile
So
or half
Democrats-
mile or whatever.
Democrats once again hurting small business. They're
Yeah,
very good
y'all
at
hurt small business.
Trans, there's a
We need
trans
to
people.
figure out the whole interstate thing. We
Hold
need to
on, go
know
back to
about
her side. Hold on.
Your knuckles look like you got in a fist fight. Oh, that was from the lighter. Okay.
It was from the girl.
Boy, oh, she looks like cold ass.
She's cold.
Sorry, we're looking at the No King footage as well. If you're wondering what the freak we're talking about.
Well, the lady had this sign. It'll start over. The lady-
I swear, this one guy looked like Dustley if he was a Democrat, and a lot shorter and a lot smaller.
Which one?
Go back a little bit. Can you rewind a little bit?
I can't. It'll have to start over.
Oh, no, don't do that. It was the guy in the black suit.
It was the guy with the tiny little ass beard that was bald.
Huh.
Look at all the coats around you guys. They're all blocking you. Look, they're like, ooh,
Like they're intimidated by us. The entire, all.
go home.
What would you call the people at the No Kings event with the vest on? Would you call them workers, or what should I call them?
Safety organizers, maybe? I don't know.
Nacho cheese. What do I call the people in the vest at the No Kings? You
I
there?
don't have an answer. I mean, I've seen people at the event follow me around because they thought I was MAGA for a while.
Did you not have safety marshal? I think that's what they're called.
Did they
safety
not see
marshal.
that you're? Did they not see you're trans? Did they think MAGA is trans? Look, this guy. He's like, looks like you right there. He looks
Oh,
like
God.
you.
He's a fat old version of me.
He's way worse looking than you. But if you, that's what I mean. If you were a Democrat, you were
What do
way.
you mean way worse looking than me? You dickhead!
That's how he gets.
You're a fucking dickhead. Way worse looking than you. He makes you look good. Fuck you!
Yeah. Fuck you, Graham.
I look amazing. What are you talking about?
We're not.
Jesus.
I've had better insults from Christina.
No, I'm saying you look way better than him. How is that an insult?
You said he looks way worse than you.
Yeah,
Now,
you look way better. He looks way worse.
yeah, here we go. Hey, that chick over looks way worse than you. Now, how you gonna react to that? Dickhead. Fucking dickhead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well then make it up. Tell me how good looking I am.
You're gonna have to give me a second. 'Cause
No, wipe it off. Look at me. Look at me in my
I
eyes.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Tell me how good looking I am.
You're a good looking man.
You can't say it with a fucking straight face, you dickhead. I would call you something else, but I've reached the maximum of what I can call you. What do y'all think about this? That guy's way worse looking than you. Was that an insult or compliment? Huh, Chaz? Insult or compliment? Because I think that was a backhanded compliment at
Oh
best.
my god.
Where's your inhaler? Because I'm going to kick it underneath the grate or something somewhere where you're going to have to really work hard to get it.
Oh my god.
It's like you're going to out of Shrek.
Yeah, it's like, huh, Shrek makes you look pretty fucking good, pal. Asshole.
Hey, Christina, I got something to tell you. You there?
I'm still here.
I have a compliment to give you. Shrek makes you look pretty fucking good.
You dickhead.
Christina, don't get offended.
I think you guys for some reason the audio keeps cutting in and out.
Can you hear us?
Hard time.
Can you hear me?
Your guys' excitement.
Can you hear me or no?
I can hear you now. I'm just saying, like when you guys were like laughing or yelling stuff out, like it was cutting in and out.
Well, what I said was that Shrek makes you look pretty fucking good.
Okay.
Did you hear what he said about me?
Christina, don't be offended. He's an asshole.
He said he's looking at this video and there's this guy that sort of resembles me in a way. Okay, he's got a beard and he's a little bald on the top, but other than that, he does not look like me. But Graham goes, "Oh, he looks way worse than you." Is that a compliment or not?
No.
I really don't know.
You really don't know. So what if I tell you,
No, I really don't.
is this a compliment? Shrek makes you look beautiful.
I really don't
You just mean as
necessarily
hell.
think
Yes.
it's a compliment.
It's evil.
What about, what's his name? Fiona. Fiona makes you look
Because
real.
what you're saying is that
Tell
there's
her.
ugly
Say
people,
Fiona makes her look hot.
and you're the less ugly one.
Do it.
Fiona. Fiona makes you look hot. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
You have to say though, when Fiona did her human transformation.
She was
I
hot.
don't know who Fiona is.
You never watched Shrek
Shrek's
before?
wife. You ain't seen Shrek? Everybody's seen Shrek.
I have not.
Oh man.
Come on.
Your childhood really was stolen from you. Now I can understand everything.
No, you can't.
We can understand a little.
A little more.
A little, yeah, maybe.
What did you watch when you were a kid?
So one of my favorite movies when I was a kid was Baby Boy.
We're going in.
Did you ever see the Monchichis?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my God. How about Smurfs?
I've never seen Smurfs, but I know of them.
Okay, this Halloween, we do Halloween in Tennessee, but you get a blue face paint.
Girl, we're coming to Tennessee. We're coming.
Threaten me with a good time. I already looked at
No,
the outfit.
That would be funny.
I'll put blue body paint on, find me some red pants,
I'm gonna do the same thing I did last year. I'm gonna wear my MAGA hat with orange face paint.
and I'm gonna dress up as Papa Smurf.
How
I think
original.
the Smurfs in Grown Ups too, and pretty much turn a bunch of people blue because of it.
Wait, what do you dress up for Halloween, or do you have too much of dress up 365 days around the year?
I have not dressed up for Halloween in 2 years, I think.
So it doesn't count.
I go to work on Halloween Day.
Dressed as,
A woman.
dressed as a what?
As a
An
woman.
alien?
As a woman.
Myself.
A human?
Myself.
What would you describe yourself as?
Regular clothes.
What's that?
I wear regular clothes. I'm at work.
As a woman?
What's your favorite holiday?
You cut out there. What was that?
What's your favorite holiday? I said.
My favorite holiday?
No King's Day.
I really don't have an answer for that right now. My favorite holiday has always been Christmas, but it's just,
Christmas.
hey, everything's changed now since 2 years ago. So
Wow, what's the difference?
well, I mean, my mom died on
Oh.
just before Christmas, and when there's just a lot that happened in December.
Sorry about that. I'm sure.
I mean, it is what it is.
What about your dad? Is he not
Like I was
around?
saying, ever since 2 years ago, like the time that I felt was so sacred is like that's the time where I've lost the most people. It's not just my mom, but yeah, that's just like a really hard month for me. Like once November hits, and just around Thanksgiving, that's when things start going downhill for me psychologically.
Oh, that
And
sucks.
they don't go back uphill for me until spring starts.
We'll be there for you.
We'll be there for you. We'll be there for you.
No, I'm good. I'm fine on my side. I just keep going.
That's good. Keep
So,
it
yeah,
pushing. But I know Christmas is. That's the same thing for everyone, honestly. Christmas is either really good for you because you're doing well, or it's really bad. It's never really just It's either really bad or it's really good. That's just my opinion on it.
Yep.
If it's really bad, you're just supposed to not give a fuck.
My company was trying to put me in charge of Christmas tree decoration, and
Ooh.
I had to sit down with the manager, and I was like, "Look, I can't do this."
Wow, I thought you liked decorating stuff. Aren't you a woman?
I mean, like I said, like I can't do it now. I just can't.
Oh, okay. I understand. But before all that, did you like what was your favorite part about Christmas?
The presents.
No family.
Your favorite part about Christmas was no family?
No, my favorite part about Christmas was family.
Oh, okay. But you don't have your dad or your mom around no more? It's okay. Don't cry. Are you crying?
No.
No.
No, I'm not crying.
No, that's part of
No,
the.
that's better. It's springtime now, so like I'm all good now.
It's spring break, actually. I didn't even know spring break. It's like, we have to wrap up in a couple minutes. It's getting late. But it's like spring break. It's like, what is it called? What's that one shit called? Irish Day, whatever it's called. St. Patrick's Day.
Irish Day.
St. Patrick's Day just flew by. I didn't fucking know it.
I call it Green Day.
Green Day just flew by. I didn't even fucking know. And tomorrow is literally Easter Sunday. I also literally didn't even know that tomorrow was Easter Sunday. But happy, you know, it's midnight, so happy Easter Sunday, everybody out there, I guess.
It's not Easter Sunday yet.
No, it's not. That's silly logic.
That's
He
next
lied.
week.
You told me that Easter was tomorrow.
I was wrong. Is it next weekend?
Oh,
I know Good Friday is next weekend. Good Friday usually happens.
It's next weekend. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. Hey, see, I was wrong. You hear this? I was wrong.
April 5th.
April 5th. I don't think it. Oh, it is next weekend. Next weekend is April 5th.
Yeah, I might just take April Fools off from work. I don't like what
that-
my supervisor's capable
I
of.
think the right way to take April Fool's Day off from work is to tell them that you'll be there bright and early.
Stop.
Then when you don't show up, you can say, April Fools!
Now, I can't do bright and early because I'm second shift. But
Well, yeah, but you're missing the point. If it's April Fool's, you tell them you're going to see them bright and early, and then you take the day off, and then when you come in the next day, you tell them, hey, April Fool's, motherfuckers. You thought I was coming in bright and early? That was my April Fool's joke. I lie. I'm going to use that.
unfortunately for me, I'll be the one getting fooled because I kind of need the money.
Can you extort it from somebody?
No, I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm a really honest person. I mean, I know
Extortion
I'm
can be, I can honestly extort money from somebody.
I can explain it to you. It's like this. You say, hey, either give me $5,000 or I'm going to tell people that you had sex with a trans.
That's pretty honest. If it's the truth, of course.
No comment? That wasn't funny? Come on, that was a little bit funny.
No, it was one of those head hitting my hand kind of thing. Like, did I just hear that?
Me too.
But yeah,
But no, we should come back on here. If you want to talk about budget, I mean, we can talk about budget, but it's a little bit getting a little bit late because last time you're saying, oh, I make, $60,000 a year. You told me your bills were...
Like 100.
okay. So something you gotta understand when it comes to my budget, Graham. My budget's set on a 40-hour week, right?
Do you budget or do you, do you have a... You have a spreadsheet? Like how-
Spreadsheet based on a 40-hour week.
Yeah?
Now, I do work overtime, and overtime is extra money. And that's not part of my budget, and that, helps me out to do extra stuff. Be able to go out and see movies, be able to do things that, I couldn't normally do, but outside of that, a 40-hour week just pays my bills.
But are you really making 60 grand a year or is it 30 grand a year? Because one time you told me 60 and another time you told me about 38.
It's about 65 grand last year.
Okay, so that means you should be making about $5,400 a month.
But also understand with $5,400 a month. Also understand taxes.
$5,400 a month is about
Insurance
$65,000.
gets taken out. Your health insurance gets taken out. And I'm not.
So this is before taxes.
I'm working overtime. There's times I'm not working overtime.
You
How
know,
much is your health care for 1 month?
I pay $30-something a week.
oh, that's not bad at all. That's about average. Actually, that's under average. Average is about $150 a month.
Well, I mean, if you got a full family, then yeah, it's that.
A full family is more. I think it's like 300. Even the highest it can be is about 500, I think.
350.
Or maybe in Indiana, I believe it. But you have cheap insurance. What about? I'm curious. How much? I'm just curious because my car insurance has been, it's like $250 freaking a month. So I'm wondering how much your car insurance is.
My Jeep is $180.
Oh.
And my supervisor is questioning why I'm paying $180 because he thinks that is way too much.
Why is it your supervisor's business?
Well, no, me and my supervisor, we talk a lot, so.
Butt buddies?
No, not butt buddies.
Friends with benefits?
No. It's
How about if he had a really bad day?
I'm sorry, I can't hear that, Dusty.
How about if he had just a really bad day?
You guys did?
No, your boss.
I don't, like, he said that he's paying $80 for his insurance.
What kind of fucking car does he have? Wait, that's probably $80 is probably not it's not
Full
gap
coverage.
insurance. It's not full coverage.
He said he's got full coverage. I don't know.
He's bullshitting you. He's a liar.
What's he driving? Like a 1985 Chevy Nova? And the Nova's in 85, or not like the Nova's in the 70s.
It's like 2013 or something like that. I can't. I think it's a Chevy of some sort, and it's the car.
Like a Bolt?
Well, tell him to suck it. Your car's better.
Here's something interesting about my supervisor. My supervisor is actually a millionaire.
How the fuck is he a millionaire?
So.
And if he's a millionaire, why doesn't he get a newer, better car?
Let me answer the question. Number one, his wife has a really good job, and actually makes more than he does.
Well, then she's the millionaire.
A lot of money. And he sits there and he admits that he is overpaid for the job that he works. And he also gets bonuses, and he thinks that's ridiculous. So he's been able to save up tens of thousands of dollars.
He sounds like a company plant.
He has, his parents owned about $4 million worth of land in another state, and apparently they got into some trouble to where, like, I guess the dad took out a loan on the land and couldn't pay the loan back. So I think it was like $10,000 that they were about to default on, and
What? Why didn't he just pull equity out of the land? Did he pull equity out of
he
the
took
land?
a whole week off of work. He took a whole week off of work and paid it off. He paid off loan and forced his parents to sign the property over to him for him to pay the loan off.
So he got $4 million worth of property for 10 grand. Where do I make that deal at?
I'm just saying, now he owns that property, and because that property is worth millions of dollars, he is now considered a millionaire.
His net worth is $1 million. You know how many people have a net worth of $1 million? A lot.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, right now, I've got like a net worth of probably $400,000, but I'm broke as fuck.
I got a net worth of maybe $200 grand. That's between my house, my Jeep, my Pokemon card collection, and all the money I have in the bank.
If you bought an average house in Florida, what, like 10 years ago, you're a millionaire now. If you bought a house for $300,000 10, 15 years ago in Florida,
Are they male or female
on the water?
Pokemon?
You are now a millionaire.
Are there male or female Pokemon?
There is.
Are there transgender Pokemon?
I thought they were transgender. I thought that was the whole point behind Pokemon. Is that
There are Pokemon that's unisex.
Wait, what the fuck is unisex?
is Pikachu unisex?
No.
He's a man, right?
It could be a male or female.
Okay,
On the
okay.
tail.
Wait, I'm curious. What's your most expensive Pokemon card?
As of right now, the most expensive Pokemon card that I'm aware of, I'm not entirely sure. The one that I know is the most expensive one is the bubble, what they call the Bubble Mew card. I think the last time I saw it, it's worth $700.
Oh, what do you think about the? They had these new Pokemon cards that came out, but you gotta buy like a $500 ticket to Universal to get one. I think even just for a chance to win it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a Pokemon collab. I forget who it was. It was a Pokemon. I think it was a. Fuck, I don't even know. I don't know too much about Pokemon, but there was one at McDonald's they're doing. There's one at Universal they're doing, and there's one other place they're doing it at.
All I know is I haven't purchased Pokemon cards in since 2020.
So how much is your entire set worth? Your entire Pokemon collection? I'm curious.
I really don't know. What I can say, so I.
You think it's over $5,000 or no?
Let me explain real quick. So I'm trying to do my collection as of right now in Pokedex order in my binders. So like let's say there's Bulbasaur, which is number 1, Ivysaur number 2, Venusaur number 3, and it just goes through the whole Pokedex. So the first binder I have fits the first 360 Pokemon. So the first binder I have is worth over $5,000.
Holy shit! $5,000 in trading cards?
That's worth over $5,000.
I believe it.
I'm not entirely sure about my second binder yet. I'm not finished putting it together. But I would assume that it's going to be somewhere around there. Because, I know of at least 3 cards alone that can make it tower over $1,000. Just 3 cards alone.
So you got over $10,000 in cards for sure then.
I probably have well over $15,000 in cards.
Holy shit! I'd be selling all that shit. I'd rather have $15,000.
No, you wouldn't.
Now I do believe I have more than that because that's just counting. Like, let's say Charizard. So I got 1 Charizard card in that spot, and that 1 Charizard card's worth over $200. But I have, like, a lot.
Did you profit off of them, or are you just selling them for what you bought them for? I'm just curious, but we gotta go in a couple of minutes.
Sorry, what was that?
Did you make profits from it? Like, does the value go up, or are they just holding the value more or less? Or did you lose money on any of them?
I don't think I've lost money. To be honest, I think if I was to sell everything, I think if I put my cards up for sale, I could probably get a solid $15,000.
Shit, I would pay off your car if it's not paid off already.
I don't know.
Pay my cheap pocket with.
I'd sell it, go to Vegas and bet on red.
I'd just sell it all and put it all on red. $15,000 on red.
Fuck yeah.
But no,
I want to go.
my card collection, I'm keeping it for when my daughter grows up and goes off to college. That's when I'll sell it all and it'll be her college money.
Okay, very, very loud. Okay, wait, how old is your daughter again? I thought she was already in her 20s.
20s? How old do you think I am, Graham?
Well, you said you're like 40, right? You just turned 40?
No, I didn't turn just 40. I'm not that old.
39, 38.
I'm 39, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Pretty much 40.
so how, 19 maybe? How old is your daughter?
She's 11.
Oh, 11. Wow, that's a lot. Wow, that's very young. A final question. I don't really care if you don't want to answer. You don't have to. But kind of a personal question. Do you like speak with the woman? Do you speak with her? Your ex partner, your ex girlfriend,
Baby mama.
your baby mama.
That's. I don't mind answering that. It's just a long story.
Okay. Well, you can say.
So it's one of those. Do you have time to hear it? Kind of.
Do you have joint custody or you have solo custody? I'm just curious. Again, you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I really don't have an answer on that one.
Oh.
Very, very personal.
Okay, it's personal. I get it.
No, it is personal. I don't mind answering personal questions other than like giving out my current location online.
No, you don't have to tell me when. You don't have to tell me when the camera's on. If you want to share it with me, or you want me to. If you want me to. If you. Huh?
No, I'm just saying, like, the only thing that I'm not okay sharing online is my current location or anything.
No, I'm saying if you want to talk about your daughter and whatnot, we don't have to do that around Dustley, or it can just be me and you, and not on camera. I'm just curious.
I would never tell anybody you live in LA.
I ain't telling you a story. I mean, I plan on writing books on it one day. I mean,
We would never tell anyone that you live in Los Angeles. We would never do that. Never.
Los Angeles, Indiana.
Yeah.
There might be a Los Angeles, Indiana. I don't know. You never know.
Well, I would never reveal that. That'd be wrong.
I gotta end the stream right now though, but we can talk for another minute. My phone's at 1%. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Last day in Tennessee or so, but peace out, y'all. We're still here though.